Disappeared, and I know you noticed when you said you're scared. Are you scared of my love? Are you scared of our love? And I know you
Don't make me do it. I'm ignoring all the signs. I see right through it. You're gonna make me do it. I'm ignoring all the signs. Don't make me do it. I'm ignoring all the signs. I see right through it. You're gonna make me do it. I'm ignoring all the signs.
They still lying on my name. Let's get it.
There is a man by the name of Yetzer Malkia. He's an Hebrew Israelite rapper that's been getting a lot of attention in the community.
Hey, Yetzer.
I address these lying Negroes and I'ma do it again. And you gossip like a woman, we don't do that as men. Yeah, I see you Negroes fake like Snape type Negroes, lying on my name, fruitcake type Negroes. I ain't saying names cause I'm not making you famous, and you know who you are and you will remain nameless. And the things that you saying, they are really salacious, and you bearing false witness, telling lies that's fallacious. Even in this song, to your ooh all praises, but I'm about to clear the air cause your claims are just baseless. Use my name just for clout, just to get some subscribers. Go slither on your stomach, you a snake, you a viper.
It's a shame that it must come to this, but my brother, Yetzer Malkia, you are exposed. You don't want to sit down with us because, brother, you are false.
called by Yahuwah, you just bitter and jealous. Just like Saul's envy of David as his hatred developed. And you all in your feelings, you an emotional wreck. Jezebel spirit on you, getting it, controlling in check. Yeah, many y'all call, very small number chosen. There's a public rebuke from the lies you have spoken. And you claim you exposing, I'm unbothered, I'm broken. You fake, you a snake, I'm phased by your commotion. There's no need to expose you, I won't stoop to your level. Keep my name out your mouth, you just a troop of the devil. And your Yahuwah hates discord, so you need to be careful. Never wish evil on you, but went to Yahuwah, so prayerful.
Yeah, I said it, man. I did say it. You heard it right from my mouth, right from this podcast, right from this channel, right from this page, my brother. You are a false prophet. You are no leader. How dare you?
Here's the attention you ordered. Using my name and my likeness to get subscribers is wild. That's all the proof I need to see what you're on. You are fake in every sense of the word. And even though you're lying on me, I went to Yahuwah and spoke blessings on your life. I know you're miserable and going through it. You're obviously just jealous. And by the way, I'm completely unbothered.
Hey, Yexer. Around 400 years ago, after fleeing from Roman persecution on the west coast of Africa near the kingdom of Yehuda, Judah, they took your so-called African ancestors into slavery. They refused to let you speak your language. They rewrote your Bible. They told you salvation could be found among the good ship Jesus. They deceived you under this false pagan name, and in doing so, they changed your Messiah's name. To this very day, they are keeping the black people mentally enslaved to the white slave master under this false name, Jesus Christ. So many of you don't even know who you are. You don't know your culture. You don't know your beliefs because they were kept from you. You don't know that you were forced to accept Christianity or suffer persecution and or death. Sadly, most of you to this very day still do not know the Messiah's true name. His name is Hebrew. He is Hebrew. He is also an African American. He is also from the tribe of Yehuda, Judah. His true name is Yahusha HaMashiach, and the so-called African American is the chosen tribe of Yehuda, Judah. Wake up, people.
Hey, Yexer.
Wake up out of deception.
Wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away where we rest on day 7. Yeah, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Hey, wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away where we rest on day 7. Hey, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Yeah, the letter J is new and it don't exist in Hebrew. The Bible is black history. The Christians won't believe ya. Yahuwah Elohim, yeah, the Romans changed his name, and it's same with the Messiah. Yeah, the Romans are to blame. If Yahuwah doesn't change, then how can you change his name? Exodus chapter 3 verse 15 says his name, it doesn't change. Yahusha HaMashiach, yeah, he is a black Messiah. The scriptures giving truth and they will detract a liar. These Ashkenazi Jews telling lies that will backfire. Deuteronomy 28 told us how this would transpire. I do not pray to JC because that name is pagan. The name Jesus Christ, yeah, kept you on plantations. Wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away where we rest on day 7. Yeah, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Hey, wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away where we rest on day 7. Hey, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Yo, this is the coexist movement of the New World Order. That image of Christ, yo, it's really Caesar Borgia. Commandment number 1 says to bow to no other. Caesar Borgia was a homo, Da Vinci's gay lover. All praises to Yahuwah, we was made in his image. Commandment number 2 said not to make a graven image. These pastors put in place to deceive us and mislead us. When the man is sin revealed, he'll present himself as Jesus. Religion is deception, doesn't offer a solution. Yahusha the Messiah said he sent a strong delusion. Deceived by all these pastors with the gospel of inclusion. Yo, the spirit of deception, know the truth, avoid confusion. Bang, wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away when we rest on day 7. Yeah, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Hey, wake out your deception. Jesus Christ is pagan. The law ain't done away when we rest on day 7. Hey, wake out your deception. It's doctrines of these pagans won't get you into heaven. They use JC as a weapon. Yeah.
John chapter 5 verse 43 says, I have come in my Father's name, and you receive me not. If another shall come in his own name, him you will receive. You see that? Yahusha, Yahuwah, the Son is in the Father's name. How does Jesus Christ have the Father's name in it? It's a deception. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Hey, Yaxer.
Hey, yo, I rest on the 7th day as surely as a Sunday. One path to Yahuwah and Yahusha is the one way. Narrow path, step and stay on track like a subway. You should crack the sky with the Malachim someday. Dietary laws, ain't no eating swine flesh. Yahusha garment staining blood like the wine press. The heathens crying out, strong delusion, they the blindest. These heathens can't keep Jesus, not appease in the slightest. Feast days, moral laws, keeping the Shabbats. Don't follow the ways to eat them, by Yahusha's blood I'm bought. Jesus is a pig, Virgin Mary don't need her. Yes, I spin the block on the devil with the heater. Covenant keeper, the Ruach is my teacher. Yahuwah the creator, worship him and not the creature. Christianity can't be any same old difference. You call on pagan names and you call yourself bishops. Heathens in these camps, Jacob giving up his birthright. Hugged up with these nations, white body like a termite. Reject the Messiah, yeah, your doctrine is Jewish. Scum of the earth, cause that doctrine is sewage. Yahusha in the Torah, you can't see it, you foolish. Committed to Yahuwah, it's a fact that I do this. You are my enemy if you an enemy of Torah. Destruction for the wicked, just like Sodom and Gomorrah. Ain't no new age doctrine, no chakras, no auras. The Apocrypha, I read it, I explore it like Dora. I'm a strong black man with biblical values. Fulfill doesn't mean abolish, yeah, I'm quoting out Matthew. I'm not a patriot, I am fearing the lure. 24 and forever, my king is Yahusha. I don't care about America, she surely gon' fall. And the ops gon' hate you, Nikadashi you called. Yahusha 24, always and forever. To Yahuwah I surrender, my life has been better. Put no trust in no man, or you are a curse. All esteem to Yahuwah, ayy, I put him first. Yeah, whoa, ayy. Yahusha 24, ayy. It's Yahusha 24, ayy. Yahusha 24, Yahusha 24. All esteem to Yahuwah in the highest. Baruch haba Basham, Yahuwah. Baruch atah King Yahusha.
Yo, hey to the who I hate, yeah. Yo, hey to the who I hate, yeah.
Hey, Yaxer.
Yo, hey to the who I hate, yeah. Yo, hey to the who I hate, yeah. Yo, hey to the who I hate. Yo, hey to the who I hate.
Hey, all praises to the Most High. Hold on, y'all. I gotta fix my mic. I was dancing. All praises, Yada Yahuwah. All esteem to the highest Yahuwah.
Barak Yahuwah, Barak Yahusha, Barak Yahuwah, Barak you, family. All praises to the Most High. I was dancing. I was like, hold up, bro. Let me slow down for a minute here. Okay. All praises, all praises, all praises. Okay. You feel me? Hey, all praises. Okay, y'all. So, I feel like this message is important. Real quick. Mic check 1 2 1 2. 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 Give me a one if I'm good. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Hey, mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Come on, man. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Okay, all right. I was waiting for y'all to like show me what's going on. Okay, so hold on. I gotta give a shout out to the sister. She says her name is Tamthom Salaki, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly. Welcome. She says, Shalom. She is a newbie here. So I think this is her first actual live. So welcome, Sister Barak Yahuwah. All praise to the Most High. Welcome. I hope that you find a good home here. I hope you stay. I hope you learn a lot of from the content that we're going to be bringing forward. So all praises to the Most High. Barak Yahuwah. So welcome, Barak Yahuwah. All praises. Okay. All right. So all praises to Yahuwah. So if you guys don't mind, I'm going to skip the introduction or the shout outs today because we got a lot to get into. So I want to go ahead and jump into it. Shout out to everybody who's here. Shout out to the moderators. Okay. So give me a one real quick. We'll start this out with a question or a poll. I don't know. Well, I'd say like an unofficial poll. Give me a one in the chat if you have seen my lives addressing this whole FBA business. Even if you haven't seen my most recent ones, but you just know where I stand with FBA. Give me a one if you are understanding, you know where I'm at with it. You're not in the dark. You understand fully where I'm at with it. Okay. Okay. So everybody knows. Okay. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Now, many of you guys know that I've done a few lives addressing some of the stuff that's, attached to this group. And, I'm going to be honest, man. It's so interesting how the timing of everything. That's why I'm like, there is no coincidences with how Yahuwah leads me to do something and move towards something. What we're going to be getting into today is going to be just review for people who have been following this channel for a while. But to the people who don't or are not familiar with the stuff that I'm bringing out here, I'm going to try to show some evidence today because somebody asked a fair question. What if you're wrong? What if delineation is the Most High's will? And I said it in confidence. I'm not wrong. I am not wrong about that because I understand the prophecies and I understand the scriptures. And we're going to go through that today, so it will be made clear. But the problem is, if there's anything I could say about FBA, you guys have not done a good job of demonstrating your knowledge of the scriptures. You have knowledge of everything else. You've got knowledge of American history and what our people have accomplished since we've been here. But you have no knowledge of the scriptures. And that enough right there tells me you're on the wrong track. It tells me you are on the wrong side. And just because this stuff has been glammed up to you, kind of foisted in your face, and you've been propagandized with this stuff, you think it's truth. But when has the media ever told our people the truth? When has the media ever, operated in a massive way to keep us, in truth? All they do is deceive us. But again, let's talk about the Hebrew Israelite thing about all of this, right? Let me put my music on. Cue my music, right? When it comes to this Hebrew Israelite thing, like I said, they broke Kyrie Irving publicly for sharing a link to a documentary on Amazon, Hebrews to Negroes. He didn't really say much about it. He just shared the link on his Twitter, I think, back then. Yeah, it was Twitter before it became X, I think. And look how they publicly tried to emasculate this man. And they pushed him so much to a point where he did apologize.
but he was under a lot of pressure. Now, notice how that gets demonized. But you publicly are in agreement with me. No. Okay. Skip the ones. Let's do a poll for this one, because I want people to, as time goes on, I'm not saying this to brag. I'm just speaking this from a place of understanding prophecy. As time goes on, a lot of our people are going to see I was right about this, about FBA. As time goes on, they'll start to see it more. Right now, you probably see it, but you have some cognitive dissonance because you probably were a part of it. You probably did vote for Trump. You probably do have a real love for this country, but you're going to see. So let me go ahead and put this question in the poll. All right. And the question is, and don't type, actually, I'm not going to even say it. I'm never going to say it out loud. I'm going to just type it so people won't answer ahead of time. All right. And I'm going to give you 60 seconds to get it. So let me put it in first. Okay. So all right. Okay, let me switch out to the beat, to Yahushayan for this. I'm going to give you 60 seconds on this one. 60 seconds. Barak Yahuwah. All right, here we go. Poll is up, and I'm going to give you 60 seconds. All right? Hey. 46 seconds. Lock in. Lock in. 28 seconds. All right, y'all. Let's see what we have here. Poll is ending. Okay, let's see what we have here. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you all the results. Give me 1 second. I'm asking this for a reason because I'm going somewhere with this. All right, so according to what the poll says here, let me bring it up here on the screen for you. Barak Yahuwah. So, out of the question was, do you think FBA is COINTELPRO and funded by Edom or Esau or our enemies? All right, or so-called white man, whatever. 91% says yes. 9% says no out of 35 votes. Okay. Well, I expected there to be some people who say no. Well, it's interesting how we're doing these lives, and I talked about the timing. Well, take a look at this. Whenever you have our enemies agreeing with you, you're definitely doing their bidding. You are absolutely doing their bidding. But you don't believe me? Take a look at this. Tucker Carlson,
Foundational Black American Society here in Florida,
Tucker Carlson did a podcast. And I want you to listen to what he says about FBA, because I told you they are controlled by the right-wing think tanks, like the Tanton Group. All right. But I'm going to get to that in a second. But I just want you to pay attention to what he says about FBA, and you tell me if they are not doing the bidding of our enemies. All right. Now, you might think that I am. Okay. But let's just see if they would say that about me. But take a listen.
which is actually quite interesting because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who reminded me that
Okay, this video is acting a little fishy here. Let me pull it up here on my thing because it's being a little weird. Give me a second, y'all. Let me pull it up on my I'm gonna pull it up here on my panel here. That way it'll run a little bit more smoothly. Give me a second here. But I'm going to show you guys this video, and I want to know y'all's thoughts on it, because people say that I'm controlled opposition or I am going against the will of the Most High. But I would think against the will of the Most High, my enemies would not be in agreement with me. Okay? They would be afraid of me. They would literally be removing me from platforms. They would be censoring me, trying to hide my content, not talking about me in a very, loving way, like an ally. I don't get that kind of treatment with these people because I speak the truth. So if you're in agreement with the enemy, you got to be working for the enemy. You got to be doing some good for the enemy. The thing is, Yexer don't do good for the enemy. Yexer is against the enemy. That's why my name says Yexer HaNatsari. All right? I am a Natsari. I'm a rebel to the system. I'm not in agreement with it. The system doesn't like me. It shouldn't. If I'm following Yahuwah, the system should hate me. If the system loves you, bro, you are on the wrong side, bruh. You on the wrong side. And I know some people, I'm loading up the video right now, but I just know some things are going to rock some people the wrong way. Some people are going to get angry because they don't like the stuff that I'm speaking. All right? But I'm just here to bring the truth. All right? Feel how you want to feel. All right. So let's watch this video. Listen to what Tucker Carlson, a white sour cream supremacist, a sour cream being, listen to what he says about FBA.
Which is actually quite interesting because I got a call from the Foundational Black American Society here in Florida who reminded me that Byron's mother is Jamaican, he is Panamanian, and they found it quite insulting in their words that he would try to claim victimhood of slavery without a single descendant of American slaves in his family.
I like those foundational guys.
They're so good.
Tariq Nasheed and all. I mean, I don't agree with everything, but they've got a perspective. If your family's been here 400 years, and the descendants of a lot of American slaves or families have been here 400 years, I don't know. I think that gives. I'll listen to you. Like you've
100%.
You've got a point of view that is legitimate. I think.
Yeah. And they're unequivocally heritage Americans.
That's for sure.
100%.
They're definitely heritage Americans, if anyone is. And, someone rolls in from Ghana and gets an MSNBC slot and starts speaking on behalf of black people. It's like, shut up, honey. You've got nothing to do with this.
Right.
That's
Literally.
a fair perspective,
right.
I think.
And so it's good to actually see them call them out for that. That's actually cultural appropriation. Appropriating the struggle of slavery.
I totally agree.
And the struggle of slavery was real. I don't think Republicans ever want to really whitewash that. It's real, right? But for
we're
Byron,
against slavery.
We're against it.
Whether it's in the, West Bank or here or anywhere.
Or anywhere.
Yeah, against it.
But secondarily, to actually go out and try to gaslight us and think that you're just one of those guys that has been here, since the early 1800s and your family was in the struggle too. You're not. And that's a very interesting term that the Foundational Black Americans use. It's called tether. They're tethering these tethers like Byron Donalds. They come here literally one generation in and they try to just sit around and act so folksy that we're all part of the same struggle and we're all down on and we need to fight against. No, you just got here, dude. Like the Haitians, like the guys from Ghana who just got here. You don't get to just be a part of our system and then lecture us about how our country went wrong.
Well. The sour cream supremacists are in agreement with FBA. Yeah, controlled opposition, bro. Controlled opposition. And matter of fact, let me pull up this visual here real quick about the Tanton group. All right? And look, I'm going to just say this for insurance. All right? Save this video. If anything happens to me, I'm not saying it will. It's because I told the truth. So all of these devils watching this video right now, like, oh, we don't like Yexer because he's exposing all of this. Well, if you get to me, you got to get through Yahuwah first. But if you get to me, if anything happens, nigga, I told the truth and I was right, nigga. All right? That's what it is. Y'all got that on record. Y'all remember that. If anything happened, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case might be, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it is. I'm ready for whatever. I'm ready for war. But I'm just saying, if it did get to that point, it's because I brought this out. All right. So look, let me show y'all this next thing. It's just a bit of a visual to show you. Now, take a look at this. This is John Tanton. And as I said, he runs an organization called the Federation for American Immigration Reform. And as I said, it is various organizations that are tied to pushing this anti-immigration rhetoric. Why? Because of Caucasians and their low birth rates. They fear these other nations, these other melanated people who can breed much quicker, much faster than them. They fear that. And so what do? They have these other groups who are connected to this main group, which is the Federation for American Immigration Reform, or FAIR. All right. And what's connected to it is Blacks for Equal Rights Coalition. That's one of them. Then Choose Black America. I showed you guys that in the last one where I talked about how they were all like, you know, at 2000, early 2000s, 2005, 2006, they had this Choose Black America. Then you have the Black American Leadership Alliance, right? Then you have Progressives for Immigration Reform. Then you have ADOS. Then you now have FBA. So all of these are just branches of the same tree, family. They are branches of the same tree. And that's why they're not going to address it. That's why they're not going to, you know, call this stuff out. And like I said, for our people to not call this out, I'm wondering if they're controlled opposition. I'm wondering if, you know, our enemies done slid some dollars their way. Israelites in this truth. And listen, for our people to know so much about scripture and not do enough research to, you know, see through this and see what this really is and what we're attaching ourselves to. Well, we attaching ourselves to this because we want to prosper in Babylon. Is this what this is about? Is that really what you want? Because the Most High, if you want that from the Most, if you want Yahuwah to literally forsake you and leave you to your devices in Babylon, he will gladly do that for you. If that's what you really want. But I'm telling you right now, this country will be destroyed. And we're going to get into the scriptures today. But let's continue on here. Now, America is Babylon. Let me just give you a reminder.
Kneel before your God, Babylon!
Making me the highest paid megalomaniacal boy king in all of Babylon!
You see, if you go and visit the very home of the Oscars where they hold it each year, you can see a plaque on the wall that says the Babylonian Court. The camera shows you the stage and you see an unmistakable Tower of Babel embedded into the design. Outside of the Kodak Theater, you have the gate to Ishtar, and you have Babylonian gods put on the outside of the gate. They have the exact elephants. They have the same exact gate of Ishtar. They have the same exact Babylonian gods over the top of the gates.
Like a lot of people come up here and they thank Jesus for this award. I want you to know that no one had less to do with this award than Jesus. He didn't help me a bit. So all I can say is, suck it, Jesus. This award is my God now.
I'm thankful to the Oscar gods.
The other names of the gentlemen are all gods as far as the category concerned.
When you get this little golden statue, you become a star. In the Egyptian culture, they also had a little statue that represented the god Ptah. And see, when an Egyptian king died, it was believed that his spirit went into the belt of Orion, and he then became a star. Up until 1999, the Oscars was held at a building called The Shrine, which was founded by William Florence and Walter Fleming, two high-ranking Scottish Rite Freemasons. Hollywood has long been interested in Freemasonry. Gene Autry, John Wayne, Nat King Cole, Duke Ellington, C.C. DeMille, Clark Gable, Walt Disney, Oliver Hardy, you name it, the list goes on. Many celebrities have come out and admitted their connection to Freemasonry. You can see the checkered floor. You can see the archways. You can see the sun motif in the background. All of these are letting you know exactly who owns this organization.
Yup. And America was founded by Freemasons, by the way. I noticed the FBA never talk about the fact that this place was founded by the children of the devil. Literally. Freemasons. I mean, if you look at Washington, D.C., the whole layout is a freaking pentagram. I mean, what do you think the Statue of Liberty is? That's the whore of Babylon. And like I said, we're going to get into all the scriptures. We're going to look at the scriptures that talk about the characteristics of Babylon, how we can 100%, only using the scriptures, not our opinion, not the propaganda, but the word of Yahuwah, Hadabar Yahuwah, what it says and how we can identify this current Babylon right here, right now. Now, let me show you another video, a few more videos, and we're going to continue with the scripts.
Do you think it is just a coincidence that the U.S., the home of the greatest and most famous statue of Ishtar, provides 65% of pornographic movies and adult entertainment to the world? It's just like the scriptures foretold. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. The U.S. today has the most powerful economy and military, controls worldwide commerce, is proud and arrogant, has the most developed Air Force and space program, and it is the envy of the world. It houses the whore of Babylon. It reigns over the kings of the earth. And unfortunately for every living American, it is Mystery Babylon.
And you can see right there, you have the Egyptian, which is actually the phallic symbol of Nimrod. Okay, you see that in Egypt, and you also see it here in America. As Yahuwah said, you shall be scattered to Egypt again. He was talking about another house of captivity. And if you look at America, America is a culmination of all these pagan oppressive nations, whether it's Rome, whether it's Babylon. America is a culmination of every single land that has, every single nation that has oppressed us, that has enslaved us. Let me say it again. America is a culmination of every single nation that has ever enslaved us in scripture. You get a little bit of Rome, you get a little bit of Egypt, little paganism here, little paganism there. Look around you. It's the land of idols. That woman that sits on many waters, that is the whore of Babylon. That is Ishtar, Semiramis. But our people don't know the truth, so they can't see it, even though it's all in your face. Our people don't understand the roots of paganism. They don't understand what took place post-flood with Nimrod and how the rise of these pagan empires began after the flood. It was already going on prior to the flood. Then after the flood, it continued. Let's keep reading. Now, I'm going to show you guys one more example. See, the thing is, Babylon is proud, as the scriptures reveal, as that video just said, very, very proud. I want you to see how they mock the Most High in his face, which is why it ain't going to be pretty when he does bring judgment, and it's coming. You're already seeing it. You're already seeing it. This is just the beginning. Pain is coming up on this hoe like you've never seen. And I'm calling her a whore because she is a whore. Yahuwah says she's a whore. I'm just using modern language. This hoe. All right? This hoe is finna get the wrath of the highest. This is the hoe of hoes. I'm just using modern language, okay? I'm not trying to be mean or, disrespectful or nothing. I'm just trying to get you to understand. Yahuwah considers her a whore, a hoe. All right. Since I'm talking to black people, we're going to use black people dialect. All right. White people that say for you, you're going to get your destruction with her. All right. We'll get to that a little bit later on, but I'm talking about the hoe. All right. We're going to talk about the hoe today. All right. We're going to avoid that hoe, divorce that hoe, break away from that hoe, stop laying around with that hoe, get away from that hoe. All right. That's what I want you to do. Leave that hoe alone. Back away from that hoe. All right. I'm serious, man. All right. Now check this out.
The first half, and the acceptance speeches have been on fire. Who got shouted out the most? Let's look at the numbers. All right, cast and crew are leading the way with 11 mentions. Moms are holding strong with 3 shout-outs. Hollywood 1. All right. No surprise in this godless town. The room has been buzzing, and there's been a lot of talk about...
During the 2025 Golden Globe Awards, host Nikki Glazer's opening monologue included jokes that some interpreted as mocking religious themes. For instance, she made a jest about Hollywood's culture, stating, "It's no surprise that no winners thanked God tonight. After all, this is Hollywood." In the days following the ceremony, several online commentators drew connections between these jokes and subsequent events. Notably, some pointed out that within 48 hours of the Golden Globes, devastating fires swept through Los Angeles. These individuals suggested a correlation between the perceived mockery of God during.
Yeah, keep playing in his face. Keep playing in his face. Keep playing in his face. He ain't the one. And you don't want to be on the wrong side of his wrath. There's the side that you're saved and delivered from, and there's a side of it that it's going to fall on everybody. He ain't nothing to play with, y'all. And that's why I'm yelling at my people and I was going off on my people, because I'm trying to spare you of what he can do to your ass. Because your enemies have deceived you into loving the place he's going to deliver you from. He said he would deliver you from. You think it's bad now? Oh, it's going to get much worse. Bahasham Yahusha, it's going to get much worse. You ain't seen nothing yet. Let's keep playing.
The awards show and the natural disasters that followed. It's important to note that such interpretations are subjective and reflect personal beliefs. The jokes made during the Golden Globes were intended as satire, a common element in awards show monologues. The subsequent natural events, while tragic, are not scientifically linked to the content of the broadcast.
So they make a joke like that. Literally not even, what it said, not even 48 hours later, Hollywood is on fire. All right, y'all. Well, let's jump in. All right. Enough talk. Just wanted to preface this. Okay. So, of course, as you know, the title of this teaching is America is Babylon. Come out of her. Now, when I say come out of her, I understand some people don't have the means to flee. But what I will tell you is you need to start making those preparations. All right? Because, yes, Yahuwah will regather us from the four corners of the earth. But the issue with that is where you're at may not be safe until that time. Now, that's something you're going to have to seek Yahuwah about. I cannot give you advice on that. That's something you're going to have to do your own research for. And I can't tell you where to go either. Because the truth is the system is going to be in place everywhere. And by the time it's fully implemented, wherever we are, we will be regathered for that, to be saved from the face of the serpent. So I'm not telling you need to go to a specific place. That's something you need to go to Yahuwah about. All right. But that's something you need to consider in scripture that you're going to possibly need to flee. And you need to be ready for that. All right. Let's keep going. So it seems to me that many have no understanding of the dark origins of America. Of course, we know about slavery, but it's so much deeper than that. The Freemasons brought about slavery of our people. The Freemasons, okay? This was their whole plan, to get the Negroes, the specific children of Yahudah, to build this nation up. All right? So let's not ignore there were Freemasons that created the slave states and benefited from them. One of them, Albert Pike. As a matter of fact, 33rd degree Freemason Albert Pike, he joined and he was a Confederate general. So pale faces have been behind all of this. There's no absolving them from this. And the Revelation 2939s as well. But let's keep going. If you are the seed of Jacob, or claim to be the seed of Jacob, it is nonsensical to believe you will be a part of the redemption of Yahuwah's chosen people if you are claiming America to not be the place you are taken captive. Very quickly, let's look at the prophecies of the scattering of the Israelites and how no descendant of the 12 tribes is in the land right now. We will also look at the characteristics that describe Babylon in the end times to see if we have a match. So let's start with the Messiah himself, Yahushua HaMashiach. He said, this is his words, Luke 21:24, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword and shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. So Yahushua HaMashiach is saying that we would fall by the edge of the sword. That's talking about the Romans in 70 AD. Jerusalem will be completely besieged and destroyed by the Romans in 70 AD, and we would be scattered. Jerusalem would be destroyed, looted, robbed, trodden down by the Gentiles until their time is over. All right? We are seeing the end of the Gentile now. We are seeing the fall of their kingdom. We are also seeing them try to build up another kingdom, but we are seeing that there is some fall that's taking place here, which is going to usher in this full beast system, which is what they're trying to build now. But you are seeing the judgment on the nations right now. They are hurting economically all around the world. Even those who are not of us, who have benefited from our captivity. And I'm not just talking about the white man. I'm talking about these Arabs, these Indians in the hood, these Chinese people who are selling food to our people, packed with, what's that stuff? MSG, make you addicted to it. All of these dang Chinese people in the areas selling hair to our sisters that are benefiting from our dollars, even they're feeling the pain right now. So judgment is on this nation currently. It's just important we recognize that. But let's keep going. So the Gentiles, this is the time of the Gentiles right now, and the time of Yahushua HaMashiach and the restoration of our people is the time of Jacob. And that's what we're rating on right now. 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 9. I did not put it in the slide, but it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of the world that follows. So Esau is in power right now. And that's why I said, does FBA, is it connected and funded by Edom? And most people said yes, because it is. Why? Esau's in power. That's why these Edomites agree with FBA. Let's keep going. Ezekiel 36:19-20. And I dispersed them, the Israelites, among the nations and utterly scattered them through the countries. I judged them according to their way and according to their sin. And when they went in among the nations, amongst which they went, and they profaned my Kadash Sham, my holy name, while it was said of them, these are the people of Yahuwah, and they what? Came forth out of the land. So if he scattered us and we came forth out of the land, that means we are not in the land right now. Ezekiel is a prophetic book. As a matter of fact, in Ezekiel 38, which is 2 chapters up, it talks about the war of Gog and Magog, which will take place once we're back in the land. None of these things have happened. We are not back in our land. We are not having wealth and treasure. We're not back in Jerusalem. There hasn't been this great gathering of our people by the Most High from the four corners of the earth. So currently, that means, according to prophecy, we are in captivity right now. There's no way to cut it. All right, let's keep going. Jeremiah 16:11-13. Then shall you say to them, because your fathers forsook me, Amar Yahuwah, says Yahuwah, and went after strange gods and served them and worshiped them and forsook me and kept not my Torah, okay, my law, and you sinned worse than your fathers. For behold, you walk every one after the lust of your own evil heart, so as not to hearken to me. Verse 13, therefore I will cast you off from this good land into a land, what? Which neither you nor your fathers have known. Let me give it to you again. He said he will cast us out of our good land into a land which neither you nor your fathers have known. And you shall serve their other gods, who shall have no mercy upon you. Okay? Just like in slavery with Christianity, right? We worshiped their gods, we saluted their flag, and they still terrorized us. They still brutalized us. They still hurt our children. They still violated our women. They still lynched us, bug broke us. They showed us no mercy. We were cast out of a good land into the hand of our enemies. Our enemies did not deliver us back to our land, which is currently desolate. We'll get to that in a sec. But brought us to a land that none of our fathers have known. So all this indigenous stuff, throw it in the garbage. Negroes being indigenous to America, throw it in the garbage. It says a land neither you nor your fathers have known. How the hell could you be indigenous if your fathers have never known it? Come on now. Let's deal with the scriptures. Nothing but the scriptures. I don't care about ideology. I don't care about people talking about some damn reparations. I don't give a damn about none of that because I know the Most High gonna give us reparations. It says in Genesis 15:13, they shall leave with great possessions. But that's not gonna come until we leave. Hold on. Let me say it again. That's not coming until we leave. And he judges this nation. So you want this little, they're going to give you what? They're going to give you, they're going to give you crumbs. But you don't want what the Most High has? The Most High is going to restore us back to the land. We shall be healed of our infirmaries, our sickness, everything. What you going to do when they give you reparations and collapse the economy? Hold on. That's a valid question. Because you know the economy going to collapse. Let me get real with y'all. What you going to do when they cut you that check? And 24 hours later, they shut down the economy. Now it's digital currency. Take the mark of the beast. You want access to the reparations? You going to take the mark of the beast? You going to take the mark of the beast for reparations? Who going to take the mark of the beast for reparations? Give me a one if you going to do that. Genuine question. You going to take the mark of the beast for reparations? Is it that important to you? Not what the Most High has, but what man can give to you. Because let's be honest, we're dealing with the children of the devil. They would never pay what's owed out of the goodness and kindness of their heart. Even if they did cut a check, you think it's going to be what you owed? Or you think they're going to just hand that to you, tell you to shut up, and then collapse the economy the day after? How many of y'all willing to take the mark of the beast for that? It seems like a lot of y'all will do it by any means necessary, even dancing and shucking and jiving for your enemies. That's what it looks like. I mean, if you'll sell your soul to whiteness, you'll definitely sell your soul to take the mark of the children of the devil. For some reparations, I guess it's worth it, huh? Not what the Most High got, though. I got you. All right. Well, fair enough. It's your decision. Let's keep going. Jeremiah 5:18-19, and it shall come to pass in those days, says Yahuwah, Yerulua, that I will not utterly destroy you. He could have, but he didn't. He loves us. He showed us mercy. And it shall come to pass when you shall say, wherefore has Yahuwah Elohinu, our Eluah, done all these things to us? That you shall say to them, because you serve strange gods in your land, so shall you serve strangers in the land that is what? Not yours. Hold on. Wait. We gonna serve other gods in a land that's what? Not yours. He said it's not your land. You're claiming it is. But Yahuwah says it is not your land. Jeremiah 5:18-19. He says it's not your land. He says your fathers have not known it. He said you were cast forth from your land. He said that he would scatter us. So how does FBA tie into what the scriptures say? Let's keep going. Got to factor in the scriptures. All right, this is Jeremiah 9:15 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV is Jeremiah 9:16. Again, Jeremiah 9:15 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, Jeremiah 9:16. And I will scatter them among the nations, to them whom neither they nor their fathers knew. There it is again. He said he will scatter us to the nations that neither us nor our fathers knew. And I will send a sword upon them until I have consumed them with it. Why there's so many black, dead children and men and women in this country? Think about all the blood that has been spilled of our people on this land. Think about all the sacrifices and the lynching, mobs that have slain and killed black men and hurt black women and all these things, what they've done to our children coming up missing. How could this be our land with all the evil that's been done to us? When we were in Jerusalem, the Most High protected us. Yeah, there was some bloodshed during Maccabean times. Absolutely. But those that stood for Torah survived. Those that compromised didn't. Let's keep going. Baruch 4:14 through 16. Slaki. Let them that dwell about Zion come and remember the captivity of my sons and daughters, which Yahuwah has brought upon them. Okay, as we know, slavery was a chastisement for our disobedience, our forefathers' disobedience to Yahuwah. Verse 15. For he has brought a nation upon them from far, a nation far from us. So this land we're in right now is far from our actual land. They will come from far, a shameless nation and of a strange language. Okay, so we didn't know these people. We didn't know the land. We didn't know the language. They came from a far place. And they neither pitied old man nor pitied child. These have carried away the dear beloved children of the widow, Jerusalem, and left her that was alone, desolate, without daughters. So we see right here, the land is desolate. And we were brought away from the land by a shameless nation with a strange language, Indo-European English, because we didn't speak English. But it seems like a lot of people want to hold to us speaking English and looking at the scriptures in English all the time and not even taking time to study other languages when it comes to the scripts. Let's keep going. Baruch 4:17 through 18. But what can I help you? For he that brought these plagues upon you will deliver you from the hands of your enemies. So this is the prophet Baruch, and he is saying to us, endure the pain that you've endured, but the Most High will deliver us no matter where we are in the four corners of the earth. And I want to make it clear, it's not just America where our people are going to be regathered from. Our people are all over the world, as I've been showing on this channel. Every place they are, he will regather them, as it says in Isaiah 11:11 through 12. Let's keep going. Baruch 2:29 through 30. If you will not hear my voice, surely this great multitude shall be turned into a small number among the nations where I will scatter them. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But what? But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Listen to that. In the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. Give me a 1 in the chat if you woke up to being an Israelite here in Babylon, America. And if you're not in Babylon, America, but you woke up to wherever you are in the world, if you woke up to being an Israelite wherever you are, okay, because you're not in the land right now, as the scriptures say, give me a 1. If you haven't, give me a 2. I definitely a one. I'm definitely one, bro. That's a fact. That's a fact, Jack. Somebody says, "Where have you been, Yexer? How are you?" I've been on here. Yeah, I've definitely been on here. I've been doing like some long streams and stuff like that, but some people said they're not getting notifications, unfortunately. So that's how it goes sometimes, I guess. You gotta check in. I'm always making content. But I'm good. Thank you. Thank you for asking, Barack Yahuwah. All right. So most of us woke up in captivity because we're all in captivity. All the Negroes, all the scattered Israelites, even those in the continent are also in a sense of captivity because they're not in the land right now. There's a certain place we are going to be restored back to, which I believe to be within the continent. Because I was looking at some old maps. This is a little bit of a side note. I was looking at some old maps of Africa from like way back in the day. And as I have been saying, there was once a point where Africa, sub-Saharan Africa, was green. On these old maps, it was completely green. It shows a bunch of rivers around it that are not on these modern maps. And then we looked like a few years ago, there was like some news about it going green again in the Sahara. And I was just like, bro, let me show y'all something. This is what I believe what the scriptures reveal about our land. Now, somebody might disagree. That's okay. This is not a video about proving anything. It's just according to Jubilees and what the scriptures say, this is what I believe is our portion. If I could just illustrate it. Give me a second. I'll pull it up here. It's a little bit of a visual to help you. You're trying to understand like what I'm talking about. There's a reason why sub-Saharan Africa. Now listen, don't get me wrong. Like Africa has a lot of resources for sure. But it's something about sub-Saharan Africa that most of these white people are so interested in. And I believe that a lot of the technology they're using to run AI is connected to some of those very, very rare minerals in South Africa specifically. Now, the scriptures say that the land is desolate. If you look in South Africa, they have an area called Kalahari Desert. And I believe that to be connected to where Solomon's temple was, Jerusalem. If you look at a lot of these old maps, these ancient maps, they show like the names of many of the biblical towns. And you can even find some of these African tribes in scripture. I was watching this podcast with this guy and he was showing how some of these, like the Maasai tribe in Africa, how they're also in the scriptures. So the Maasai tribe are Israelites. And it makes sense. They're Bantu. I mean, it makes total sense. You know what I'm saying? Barack Yahuwah. But yeah, the Maasai tribe are also in scripture. And I don't have the scripture on me, but yeah, I found them in there. I was like, okay, well, all praises to the Most High. So that connects some dots, Bantus, right? Barack Yahuwah. All right, hold on now. I'm going to pull up this visual here. It's just about the land that the Most High gave us. Just kind of a bit of a visual so you can kind of understand what I believe to be our portion and why, you know, sub-Saharan Africa was at one point green and it's not green anymore. And it fits the scriptures about the desolation. Something that was once, you know what I mean, filled up with greenery and is beautiful and blossoming is now desolate. Okay, I cannot find that visual right now, y'all. Forgive me. Actually, let me see something here. Okay, here we go. Barack Yahuwah. I found it. All praises to the Most High. I know I bookmarked it. All right, let me show y'all this real quick. It's a bit of a side note. We'll get back to it. I just want to show y'all this real quick. So when it comes to our land, this is what I believe. Let me show y'all this. This is what I believe is ours. Okay? If I were to illustrate it, Ham is like this upper territory right here. All right. And some of Arabia as well. That's where you get these Afro Arabs and stuff like that. So a lot of this upper area right here, right? Well, all of this is the Negroes, okay? All of this down here where all these resources are, all of this is the Negroes, okay? All of sub-Saharan Africa. You feel me? That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? From what I've researched, from what I've looked at, that's us. You feel me? All of that belongs to Negroes. And everything above that, like North Africa, the Hamites, and then a little bit above that, like some of that Arabia area, that's also connected to the Hamites. And then if you go further up, you get into like Japheth land. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah. So Barak Yahuwah, man. Barak Yahuwah. All right. So let's keep going. Just wanted to show y'all that. It's a bit of a side note, but all right. So he says in the land of captivity, family, that we would remember ourselves. And now we just looked. Everybody said, I saw a bunch of ones in the chat. Even our people that are scattered abroad outside of America, outside the continent, within the continent, all of us woke up to who we were because we're not in Jerusalem right now, which is a fulfillment of the prophecy. Let's keep going. 2nd Ezra 15, 46 through 47. And you, Asia, that are partaker of the hope of Babylon and are the glory of her person, woe be unto you, you wretch, because you have made yourself like unto her. All right, Asia, China, interesting. Korea, and you have decked your daughters in whoredom, and they might please and glory in your lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with you. So even Asia is part of this. Let's keep going. It's crazy when you look at this, because it's like a lot of this stuff is like happening like right now when you really look at the prophecies. Let's keep going. All right, 2nd Ezra 15, 48 through 49. And you have followed her that is hated in all her works. Oh, wait, hold up. Yahuwah hates this hoe. He hates this hoe. Let me say it again. Yahuwah has, or speaking of Asia, you have followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith Yahuwah, I will send plagues upon you, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste your houses with destruction and death. So all nations who have benefited from this system, have benefited from America, all of y'all are getting the smoke from the Most High. All of y'all are getting his wrath. Only people getting delivered is us. All of y'all gonna get that smoke. Let's keep going. All right, now that you understand the Israelites were scattered everywhere, now we will look at the many characteristics that help us identify Babylon. Now, there are 3 Babylons in scripture. You have Nimrod's Babylon, you have Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, and then you have the daughter of Babylon, okay? So we already know about the previous Babylons. We are going to identify this daughter, okay? This daughter of Babylon. So first off, we are in the land of our enemies. I can't stress that enough. Micah 4:10. Be in pain and strengthen yourself and draw near, O daughter of Zion or Zion, as a woman in travail. For now you shall go forth out of the city and shall lodge in the plain and shall reach even to Babylon. Then shall Yahuwah deliver you, and then shall he redeem you, what? Out of the hand of your enemies. Out of the hand of your enemies. You are surrounded by your enemies, family. Let's look at some more scriptures about this being the land of our enemies. Baruch 4:6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved Alua to wrath, you were delivered, what? Unto your enemies. Let's look at another one. Baruch 4:25 through 26. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahuwah, for your enemy has persecuted you. But shortly You shall see his destruction. Oh, I got to read that again. That's music to my ears. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from Yahuwah. For your enemy has persecuted you, but shortly you shall see his destruction. For your sons have gone from you and shall dwell in enemy countries. Enemy countries. Enemy countries. Enemy countries. Let's keep going. Jeremiah 20, this is Jeremiah 27:33 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV is Jeremiah 51:33. Jeremiah 33 in the Septuagint, Jeremiah 51:33 in the KJV. And it reads thus: Thus says Yahuwah, the children of Yasharal and the children of Yahuda have been oppressed. All they that have been taken, all they that have taken them captive have oppressed them together, for they would not let them go. So wait a minute here. This is definitely not talking about ancient Babylon. You know why? Because only Yahuda was brought into Babylonian captivity. Ephraim was in Assyrian captivity. The northern kingdom was in Assyrian captivity while Yahuda was in Babylon, and then Yahuda came out of Babylon and then came back to Jerusalem. But this Babylon has had both kingdoms, northern kingdom, southern kingdom, in captivity and has oppressed them. This is not ancient Babylon. This is this Babylon right here. And guess what? Some of our people, they are joining in oppressing our people of the northern kingdom that are here. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Our people have joined in with the oppressor in oppressing our own people that are also being oppressed by Babylon that came here from other places. Whether it's our people from the Caribbeans, whether it's our people from the continent, whether it's our people from wherever they are. Afros getting oppressed, getting called tethers by FBA. You step in step with Massa. I'm not. Now, y'all don't like me because I'm not. Somebody said, what if I'm wrong? Well, I mean, does it look like I'm wrong? I got scriptures. Y'all don't. That's the difference. All right, let's keep going. Just got to make some things clear here, okay? All right, so it says that Yasharal and Yahuda have been oppressed. All they that have taken them captive have oppressed them together, and they would not let them go. Let's keep reading. Ezekiel 39:23-24, and all the nations shall know that the house of Yasharal were led captive because of their sins, because they rebelled against me. And I turned away my face from them and delivered them what? Into the hands of their enemies. And they all fell by the sword, according to their uncleanliness, and according to their transgressions did I deal with them. And I turned away my face from them. So he scattered us. He delivered us into the hands of our enemies. But we also read that he will have mercy upon us and regather us. The question is, are you waiting on that, or do you want to stay here and get the judgment that's coming up on this nation? Let's keep going. All right. Now, our actual land is desolate, okay? The true land is desert currently. Let me say it again. Our actual land that he cast us out of and scattered us from is desolate right now. So it's not the fake state of 1948. I'll tell you that off top right now. Let's look at the scriptures. Leviticus 26:33-35. Your land shall be desolate and your cities waste. Then the land shall enjoy its Shabbats all the days of its desolation. So currently we're not in the land right now. That means the land is resting. That means nobody's there. That means it's without inhabitant. And that's why we're looking forward to the regathering for restoration back to the land and seeing that land come back to life, seeing it blossom and bloom again. The esteem of the highest, Yahushua HaMashiach's return. This is what we're waiting on. This is what our expectation should be as Yasharal. If we understand our Father and we understand the prophecy, we are expecting deliverance from our enemies and restoration back to our land and being under the King who was sent for us, shed his blood for us. Why? He loved us. This is all part of Yahuwah's divine plan for our restoration. Let us not attach to anything that would make us reject the promises Yahuwah has for us. Come out of her. Let's keep going. Verse 35. And you shall be in the land of your enemies. There it is again. Then the land shall keep its Shabbats, and the land shall enjoy its Shabbats all the days of its desolation. It shall keep Shabbats, which it kept not among your Shabbats when you did dwell in it. So that means this land is desolate, it's laid waste, it's resting. There's no fighting, there's no bloodshed, there's no heathen sacrifices to other gods. There's no uncleanliness amongst our people being done in the land because it's desolate. Going back to 70 AD, Yahushua said it would be destroyed and the Romans would destroy it. It'll be trodden down by Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. You see a white man in power right now, it's still the time of the Gentiles. Okay? Until black Negroes, okay, the Bantus, until Negroes are in power and until we are calling the shots and until the heathens are coming to us and acknowledging we are the people and we're restored back and we get our land and the judgment come on the white nations and all the nations who have oppressed us, until all this happens, we are in captivity, bro. Ain't none of this happened yet. It hasn't happened. Therefore, we need to be waiting on that to happen, which means we need to be expecting deliverance from the Most High. Somebody says, so it's not present day Israel. No, it is not. Present day Israel is not desolate. And it can't be present day Israel anyway, because those are not the true people. The Bible says when the true people return, the land is going to be peace, and it's going to be all 12 tribes. They're claiming they're Judah. Where's the rest of the tribes at? The land is a fraud. That land was owned by the Rothschilds and given to these children of Edom, the Edomites or Amalek, which is the Jewish people. It was given to them by the descendants of the fallen angels, the demon seed. It wasn't given by Yahuwah. Yahuwah didn't make a covenant with these Caucasians. Come on now. And I know some of y'all don't know that, but that's what it is. That's the Christian interpretation, Judaic understanding of it, but that's not the truth. Those individuals are converts from the mountains of Khazaria, modern day Ukraine. The true people were scattered, as the scripture said, taken into slavery, and sold as slaves. That wasn't those people. And where's the rest of the tribes? Like I said, where's Benjamin? Where's Simeon? Where's Asher? Where's Gad? Where are the rest of the tribes at, man? If they really the people, where is it? And where's the Hamashiach to reign with them? And the Bible also says that the land shall enjoy Shabbat. So if they're getting boomed every day, right? I mean, if they got judgment coming up on them like boom every day, they definitely don't fit the prophecy. They absolutely do not fit the prophecy as judgment is coming on them like boom. That's always something you got to factor in. I mean, if judgment is coming up on you like boom, the Most High, he ain't with you. Judgment on the heathen like boom. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, if you believe, I don't know how I could show somebody all these scriptures, bro, and they'd be all like, nah, yeah, that's not true. It's like, y'all don't want to believe the truth, bro.
I just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
It's like, I don't want to believe the truth. But nonetheless, we're going to keep going, fam. I got a little bit more I'm going to be bringing out, and we'll keep this thing going. All right, so let's keep going. All right. So the land shall enjoy its Shabbats. It will rest. And we know Shabbat is rest. So that means there will be no bombs going off, no nothing. The land will just be desolate until we're restored back. Continuing on. All right, Ezekiel 33, 28 to 29. And I will make the land desert. Strength shall be moved. And they shall know that I am Yahuwah. And I will make their land desert, and it shall be made desolate because of all their abominations which they have wrought. So again, he is confirming the land is desolate. Let's continue. And Leviticus 26, 32 to 33. And I will lay your land desolate, and your enemies who dwell in it shall wonder at it. 33. And I will scatter you among the nations, and the sword shall come up on you and consume you, and your land shall be desolate, and your cities shall be desolate. So he said it'll be desolate, and he will scatter us. There it is. Let's continue. Now, Babylon, this is one of these identifying characteristics to help us understand who Babylon is. Babylon is the hammer of the whole earth. What does that mean? She is the most powerful nation, and the nations are drunk off of her wine. Let's look at that. Jeremiah 27:23 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, it's Jeremiah 50:23. Again, Yirmiyahu or Jeremiah 27:33 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, it's Jeremiah 50:23. How is the hammer of the whole earth broken and crushed? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? So just as his land is desolate, he will make Babylon desolate. Let's keep going. This is Jeremiah 28:27 in the Septuagint. And in the KJV, Jeremiah 51:7. And it reads, Babylon has been a golden cup in Yahuwah's hand, causing all the earth to be drunken. The nations have drunk of her wine. Therefore, they were shaken. So what you're seeing right now with a lot of people that are losing hope in the American dollar, and people talking about all their money being gone and how they have nothing and they want Trump to give them a $2,000 check. These like white people who, you know, they have their own businesses and all that, these farmers and all that, all this pushback they're getting, this is happening right before your very eyes. If you understand the prophecies, this is literally happening right before your very eyes. You just have to see it. Let's keep going. Hopefully you will as we keep going, because there's more verses that's going to identify this nation. All right, let's keep going. Mystery Babylon is lived in by many other nations. So I hear people say, well, Babylon is just a system. No. This is a nation that's lived in by other nations. Now, what country do you know of has the most tourists and the most culture all around the world? America. Let's read. Jeremiah 28, verse 9 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 51, verse 9 in the KJV. Again, Jeremiah 28, verse 9 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 51, 9 in the KJV. We tried to heal Babylon, but she was not healed. Let us forsake her and depart everyone to his own country. So many people leaving Babylon right now, aren't they? Because she's falling, isn't she? Let's read it again. We tried to heal Babylon, but she was not healed. Let us forsake let us forsake her and depart everyone to his own country. Why? For her judgment has reached to the heavens, and it is mounted up to the stars. So these businessmen who have fornicated with the hoe, now they want to leave the hoe, right? The hoe ain't got no more sugar for the businessman. They ain't getting no honey from that hoe no more. So now they like, we got to bail out. We going to have to do business elsewhere. And that's exactly why these Caucasians is over here taking a little 100,000, 200,000 and taking and going to the continent and other places to make it stretch because they know Babylon is cook. All right. Turkey bacon on the grill, boy. All right. So she was not healed. Let us forsake her and depart everyone to his own country. For her judgment has reached to the heavens. And then a lot of the Gentiles are saying that. They're like, yo, this is judgment. Even the heathens can admit this is judgment that's happening right now. Let's keep going. All right. Mystery Babylon, located around many waters. Now, that's very, very telling right there. It says that Babylon is located around many waters. Jeremiah 28:13 in the Septuagint, Jeremiah 51:13 in the KJV. Again, Jeremiah 28:13 in the Septuagint, KJV, Jeremiah 51:13. Dwelling on many waters and amidst the abundance of her treasures, your end is come verily unto your bowels. Now, if I'm not mistaken, America is surrounded by many waters. It says the United States is bordered by 3 oceans and 1 major gulf. The major bodies of water are 1, the Pacific Ocean to the west, bordering states like California, Oregon, Washington, and Alaska. Then you have the Atlantic Ocean to the east, bordering states from Maine to Florida. Then you have the Arctic Ocean to the north of Alaska. And then finally, you have the Gulf of Mexico to the southeast of the contiguous United States, bordering Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, and Florida. And it is a large marginal sea of the Atlantic Ocean. So far, it's looking like we have a match here. So I don't know how the heck anybody could sit here and deny that this is America. Literally. All the men have gotten rich off her wealth. They have all drank of her wine. They are all fornicating with her. And now they're seeing her fall. And now they're like, they don't know what to do, right? They put so much money into her. They thought she would forever be prosperous, but now she's falling. Now they're panicking. Now they want, and look at the Western nations. Look at Trump. Look at what he's doing. Look at how he's scrambling to get these precious minerals, right? Look how he's scrambling these third world countries to steal their oil and colonize. And these old heathens, these children of Lucifer, they're rooting it on. Well, gas prices are so bad. I mean, I guess it's okay. So now it's like y'all so racist, y'all justifying colonization while sitting here trying to gaslight us and tell us you're not racist. I mean, the children of Lucifer, their same colonial way of thinking, it hasn't gone anywhere. I mean, they are using the same playbook they've always used when it comes to stealing, killing, and destroying, because they are of their father, the devil. And guess who the children of the Lucifer are in agreement with? FBA. Because the children of Lucifer, they literally they literally came together and got me banned from I lost some of my platforms, bro, for the truth I was speaking. You know why? I'm not in league with our enemies. I'm in league with the highest. I follow the highest. So I know I'm not wrong about this because I'm bringing out the precepts so you can see the truth for yourself. Don't worry about what I'm thinking and what I'm saying. Worry about what the scriptures reveal. That's what's most important. It ain't about what I'm talking about. That's why I'm bringing out these witnesses. But some of y'all Negroes, you'll still deny it because you have Stockholm syndrome. And y'all can't leave this whole alone. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad, bro. I mean, It's genuinely sad, bro. But let's keep going. I just wanted to show y'all that witness real quick. As a matter of fact, let's get a visual here. Let's look at the Statue of Liberty, right? When you think of this hoe, right? The hoe of Babylon. I mean, is she not surrounded by water? Huh? FBA, is she not surrounded by water? This is the hoe right here that you, I mean, and I don't even know what this hoe is because in some shots it looked like a damn man. Okay? So let's just say this is a tranny, right? So hold on, wait. So one of these gender benders took you into captivity and you still laying down with this transgender deity right here, this half male, half female creature. I mean, it's really what we doing. Because, I mean, in some aspects, I mean, what they call she looks like a damn lot like a freaking he. Looking like a whole man. I'm just saying, I mean, what we doing here, family? I mean, come on now. Come on now. All right? And look, let me show you something else. You look at Lucifer. I've shown you guys that image of Lucifer. Same pose as the Statue of Liberty. Let me show you that real quick. People don't like talking about this, bro, but it needs to be talked about. Look at this right here. That's the hoe you following. That's the hoe you can't stop sliding in, for lack of a better word. Can't leave it alone. Can't leave the box alone, bro. Can't let the hoe go. Even though the hoe is actually the devil. Crazy. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to keep going. I'm almost done. I got a few more slides left. We'll close it out. It's not going to be too long. How long I've been on here? An hour and 33 minutes. Okay, let's finish up. So she's located around many waters, dwelling on many waters. Let's keep going. The nations and businessmen have become rich in fornicating with Mystery Babylon. Revelations 18:3. Because all the nations, all of them, have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her whoring, and the kings of the earth have committed whoring with her. And the merchants of the earth have become rich through the power of her riotous living. So she has lived in a riotous, wicked, evil way. And these nations have become drunk from her wine because they've lain with her and they benefited from the system. Let's keep going. Babylon is abundant in treasures. All right. Jeremiah 28:13 in the Septuagint. In the KJV, Jeremiah 51:13. Dwelling on many waters, and amidst the abundance of her treasures, your end is come verily unto your bowels. So I want you to think not just about like minerals and things of that nature, but think about all the things they've stolen. All the artifacts from countries they've looted and destroyed, colonized, and brought to museums and put them up on display. And when you think about treasure, that includes you. You are his scattered treasure, Yasharal. I'm not just talking about material things. I'm talking about you as well. He treasures you above all things. So yeah, they've looted and colonized and stole from other cultures, but they've also looted, colonized, and stole you. And because they've done that, there's recompense. So we're going to get to that. Let's keep going. Continuing on. Babylon has esteemed herself and lived luxuriously and has turned her heart away from the grief that she has caused. And this is why I say our people asking for reparations is not going to happen. It's not going to happen until the Most High starts judging them in the worst way. They will give you reparations just to stop his wrath upon their people. They'll give you everything they got so his wrath will stop falling upon them. They will give you everything they have to save themselves because it will be so bad for them. It's going to come by destruction, just like it did in Egypt. Same thing. They gave up what they had. They gave up everything they had to us because he made them. So when I hear people talk about legislation for reparations, I kind of ignore it because I'm like, this corrupt system is not going to do anything and allow us to just get reparations. There's no way. And like I said, even if they did, there'd be some trickery behind it. They give you probably less than what you're owed. But when destruction comes, they're going to give you what's owed to you. So she has esteemed herself and lived luxuriously and has turned her heart away from the grief she's caused. Revelations 18, verse 7. As much as she has esteemed herself and lived riotously or loudly or dangerously or proudly, so much torture and grief give to her. Because in her heart she says, I sit as queen and I am not a widow and I do not see mourning at all. Doesn't that remind you of the king of Babylon currently? The king of Edom currently, who's Donald Trump? People are suffering out here. He said he don't care. He's gaslighting you, telling you everything's okay, and it's not. They are literally printing money from thin air, and they can't give black people what they're owed. Come on now. They're playing all in your face. That's why he's rewriting history. That's why he's banning black history. He's banning these museums talking about slavery. He's playing in your freaking faces, y'all. Because Babylon is proud. She got to be humbled. So let him continue to play in your face. It's going to make the judgment of the Most High all that more welcome and all that more justified. All that more justified. Let them keep teasing us. Let them. They're going to find out real quick. Let's keep going. So she's prideful. All right. It would make sense that her king would also be prideful. Let's keep going. The rich men who have profited from Babylon will mourn because they can no longer do business with her when she falls. We're seeing that right now. Revelations 18, 11 through 12. And the merchants of the earth weep and mourn over her, because no one buys their merchandise anymore. Merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and all citron wood and every object of ivory and every object of most precious wood and bronze and iron and marble. All of the value that she has will be sucked away from her. And men will mourn because they will have invested in her, but it will be for naught. Let's continue. The rich men who profited from Babylon will mourn because they can no longer do business with her when she falls. Revelations 18:15. The merchants of these, those who became rich by her, shall stand at a distance for fear of her torture, weeping and mourning. See, these are things I'm looking for. So when I see heathens crying about how hard it is, I'm praising Yahuwah because I realize it's already happening. That's why I've been doing the MAGA FAFO episodes, so I can show you it's happening. That's the whole purpose of doing a show. And some people don't like it because they think I'm mocking. And I'm like, well, y'all niggas voted for this and y'all was prideful and Babylon is proud and all that. Well, I'm proud of what Yahuwah's doing to Babylon. Absolutely. I am very proud of what he's doing to her. She deserves it. She absolutely deserves it. And that's why I do MAGA FAFO. So I can show you this is actually happening right now in real time. Barak Yahuwah. Let's keep going. All right, continuing on. Babylon is a nation, not a system, but a nation. Jeremiah 27:12 in the Septuagint, Jeremiah 50 verse 12 in the KJV. Jeremiah 27:12 in the Septuagint, Jeremiah 50:12 in the KJV. Your mother is greatly ashamed, your mother that bore you, for prosperity is confounded. She is the last of the nations. desolate. See, this is the daughter of Babylon. Like I said, there were 2 previous Babylons. This is the final one. All right, this is the daughter. That's why he says your mother. He's talking to America. All right, he's not talking to Nimrod's Babylon. He's not talking to Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon. He is talking to Babylon currently, which is Triple K America. She's the worst of all the Babylons. Let's keep going. Babylon is a land of idols. Jeremiah 27:38 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 50:38 in the KJV. Jeremiah 27:38 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 50:38 in the KJV. And it says thus, and they shall be ashamed, for it is a land of graven images, and in the islands where they boasted. Now, look, I live very close to Cincinnati. I'm not that far from Cincinnati. Off the freeway, there's this big old statue of JC, bro. Let me show y'all. I don't even know where. Let me see if I can. When you're going down the freeway towards Cincinnati, you will see a large statue of Jesus Christ. Let me see if I can find it. It's like Cincinnati. Like, I know when I drive into Cincinnati, it's like right off that freeway. I'm trying to see if I can pull it up. Hold on. Yup, right here. Monroe, Ohio. Right there. Yup. Boom. Look at that, boy. Big old JC. Right off the freeway. Let me see. Right here. This one. Right off the freaking freeway is freaking JC, bro. Right off. You feel me? This is the land of idols. This is the land of idols, bro. They love idols, bro. That's why you got golden statues of Confederate generals and, you know what I'm saying? All types of different deities. They put up the monkey statue at one point from India in America. I mean, they love idols. White Jesus everywhere, cross everywhere. You got the mosque with the Babylonian moon symbolism. I mean, bro, it's idols everywhere in America, bro. Everywhere. Everywhere. Somebody said in Florida it's full of sea demon statues. Yeah. Santa Clara, yep. Everywhere. Somebody said they have a statue like that in South America too. Oh, I bet. The land of idols, bro. The land of idols. Let's keep going. Continuing on. All right. So it's a land of idols, and they shall be ashamed, for it's a land of graven images, and in the islands where they boasted. Okay, so the islands. So that would include right off, like some of those islands off the coast of America. So when you're talking about like the Caribbeans and stuff like that, that would also tie to that as well. And even if you think about like Cuba and some of those countries that are a little bit more closer to the U.S., they would also, you factor that in. You know, the paganism and the Christianity, Catholicism, that's all in those islands. And their idols. I mean, come on, Catholicism, come on now. Y'all know what it is. It's all the same. Let's keep going. Now, let's get to it. The coming judgment of Babylon. There is no escaping the wrath of the Most High Yahuwah for her sins. The only people who are escaping is Yasharah. That's who this deliverance is for. It's for us. Now to the nations who cleave. Yeah. But this rescue mission is about us. And only us. Destruction is coming. And there's no getting away from it. Let's read this. Yahuwah is against Babylon and will judge her. Jeremiah 27:31-32 in the Septuagint. In the KJV, it's Jeremiah 50:31-32. Again, Jeremiah 27:31-32 in the Septuagint. And in the KJV, Jeremiah 50:31-32. Behold, I am against you, the haughty one, or the proud one, says Yahuwah. For your day is come, and the time of your retribution, and your pride shall fail and fall, and there shall be no one to set up again. And I will kindle a fire in her forest, and it shall devour all things round about her. Babylon has oppressed Yahuwah's people. Jeremiah 27, 33 through 34 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, Jeremiah 50, 33 through 34. Jeremiah 27, 33 through 34 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, Jeremiah 50, 33 through 34. Thus saith Yahuwah, the children of Yasharal and the children of Yahudah have been oppressed. We read that. All they that have taken them captive have oppressed them together, for they would not let them go. But their Redeemer is strong. Yahuwah is his name. He will enter into judgment with his adversaries, that he may destroy the earth. But their Redeemer is strong. Yahuwah Sabaoth is his name. He will enter into judgment with his adversaries, that he may destroy the earth. Continuing on, Babylon has taken Yahuwah's children into slavery and plotted against his children. Evil schemes. Why? Because they knew we were cursed. Let me say it again. Babylon, America, has taken Yahuwah's children into slavery and plotted against his chosen people, evil schemes, because they knew we were cursed by Yahuwah Alua. Let's look at this. Jeremiah 27:7 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV, it's Jeremiah 50, verse 7. Again, Jeremiah 27:7 in the Septuagint, in the KJV, Jeremiah 50, verse 7. All that found them consumed them. Their enemies said, let us not leave them alone, because they have sinned against Yahuwah. He that gathered their fathers had a pasture of righteousness. So they knew we were under the curses of Deuteronomy 28 and Leviticus 26, which is why they were so emboldened to do what they did. But see, there's payment for that, though. Oh, there's judgment for this. Yeah, they think they got away with it, but no, they got to pay for this. Let's keep going. Yahuwah will bring destruction and desolation on Babylon and her inhabitants. Jeremiah 27, 35 through 37 in the Septuagint. And in the KJV is Jeremiah 50, 35 through 37. Again, Jeremiah 27, 35 to 37 in the Septuagint, and in the KJV is Jeremiah 50, 35 to 37. And he will sharpen a sword against the Chaldeans and against the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her nobles and upon her wise men. A sword upon her warriors, and they shall be weakened. A sword upon her horse and upon their chariots. A sword upon their warriors and upon the mixed people in the midst of her. And they shall be as women. A sword upon the treasures. They shall be scattered upon her waters. As Alua overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities bordering upon them, says Yahuwah, no man shall dwell there, and no son of man shall sojourn there. America's cooked. Period. Let's keep going. Jeremiah 27:13 in the Septuagint. In the KJV, Jeremiah 50:13. By reason of Yahuwah's anger, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be a desolation. And everyone that passes through Babylon shall scowl, and they shall hiss at all of her plague. Oh, the mighty shall fall. Let's keep going. Yahuwah will bring nations against her as a judgment. So if you FBA and you're pushing this anti-immigration rhetoric, you are definitely going against his will, because he's going to bring nations against her as judgment, which is why I say I don't care about immigrants. I mean, I care about my people who are immigrants, but the other immigrants, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got nothing to do with me. I know what's coming up on this place, so I don't give a damn. So stop doing the white man's bidding. That's exactly why these Republicans want to get rid of these immigrants. One, judgment. Actually, no. 1, low birth rates. 2, judgment. Everything they fear about these people overtaking them and unaliving them, it's true. Let the immigrants come here. Let them come. Stop telling them they're not welcome. Let Yahuwah draw them over here to finish these people off. Let them get that Yahuwah ass whooping, for lack of a better word. Let them get that smoke they deserve. Stop trying to save them. All right? Let's look at the scriptures. Jeremiah 27:41-42. Behold, a people comes from the north, and a great nation, and many kings shall be stirred up from the end of the earth, holding a bow and a dagger. The people is fierce, and they will have no mercy. Ooh, sound like you going into slavery. Sounds like some people going into slavery. Those who enslaved us, what was done to us, it's going to be done to you. Jeremiah 30:7. They're not going to be very nice to you, white man. Let's keep reading. The people is fierce, and they will have no mercy. Their voices shall sound as the sea. They shall ride upon horses, prepared for war, like fire against you. Like fire against you, O daughter of Babylon. Yahuwah will utterly destroy Babylon to what? Avenge his people. Jeremiah 28:11 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 51:11 in the KJV. Jeremiah 28:11 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 51:11 in the KJV. Prepare the arrows. Fill the quivers. Yahuwah has stirred up the ruach of the king of the Medes. For his wrath is against Babylon, to destroy it utterly. Hold up. He said destroy it. Hold on. Wait. He said destroy it utterly. For it is Yahuwah's vengeance. And it is what? The vengeance of his people. It is the vengeance of Yahuwah, and it is the vengeance of his people. Yeah, I'm expecting destruction. Absolutely. I'm expecting pain upon them. I'm expecting their children to be destroyed. I'm expecting their houses, their cars, their wealth, everything. I'm expecting to see more floods. I'm expecting to see more Caucasians being wiped out. I'm expecting to see more drops in birth rates. I'm expecting to see more videos of them crying, talking about losing a farm, losing a house. I'm expecting all of this. Yes. Absolutely. That's what the scriptures say. So yes, I will continue to do the FAFO MAGA show because we must pay attention to prophecy and know that Yahuwah is in control for the vengeance of his people. All right, let's keep going. We're almost done. He's going to utterly destroy Babylon. Let's keep going. The chosen people, Yasharal, and heaven will rejoice for Yahuwah's vengeance when it comes upon Babylon. Let me say it again. We will be rejoicing, and so will the angels when America is destroyed. So how I feel right now is totally aligned with scripture. I will be cheering her destruction. I'm cheering it right now. I'm cheering the fall of Babylon. I'm cheering seeing the heathens cry out mad because this thing's, y'all deserve this. I know my Alua, and I'm cheering it right now. And when it happens and I get to see it in real time, whether I'm here or not, whatever, it is what it is, but I will be cheering it on. Revelations 18:20, rejoice over her, you heavens, and you holy apostles and prophets, for Yahuwah has avenged you on her. Let me say it again. Rejoice over her, you heavens, and you holy apostles and prophets, for Yahuwah has avenged you on her. Oh, Barak Yahuwah. I love the Alua. Barak Yahuwah, man. Let's keep going. Babylon's young men will not be spared. Jeremiah 28, verse 3 in the Septuagint. Jeremiah 51, verse 3 in the KJV. Let the archer bend his bow, and him that has armor put it on, and spare not her young men, but destroy all of her host, all of them. Their young men, their children, their wives, all of them. Every one of the oppressors will be wiped out. And if you're the seed of them, you too will be wiped out. This is a rescue mission for the chosen. It ain't got nothing to do with heathens. This is your time to reap what you sow. Oh, you thought the Most High wasn't going to slide for his chosen? Oh, you thought he forsook us? Oh, you thought that replacement theology was actually going to hold power against his word? You thought he forsook his chosen people? You thought you got away with your evil? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, you're going to learn the hard way. It ain't going to be pretty. Let's bring it home. So in conclusion, according to these scriptures, Babylon is America. So stop shucking and jiving. I said, stop shucking and jiving and divorce that hoe. No! Divorce that hoe. Can you believe it? Divorce her. She's done, bro. Babylon is falling. Rejoice. Rejoice. The great whore is falling. And with that being said, that is all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you guys for joining the stream. And to those of you guys who may be in the dark, now you know. And if you reject it after I revealed the truth to you, you will be judged for that. You will be judged. So, all right, y'all. Well, thank you guys again. Appreciate everybody who came to the show tonight. I hope this gives you the proper context to why we are not to attach to FBA. And why we're not to attach to Babylon in any way, shape, or form. The Most High has a plan. And we need to wait on him to guide us on how we need to move about that. Now, as I said, some of y'all, I think the best thing to do is make plans to flee before it gets too bad. Matter of fact, before I go, you guys remember how I showed you the video of, or I showed you guys the scripture that said they refused to let us go? Let me show you something here. I'm going to pull this up real quick. I think y'all should know this. It seems like they don't want people leaving here. From what I'm seeing, it looks like they don't want people leaving America. I wonder why. The scriptures do say they refuse to let my people go. Let me pull this up. Now, why is that? And why are there organizations to keep your mind here?
International trip coming up. You need to see this because supposedly, allegedly, they are canceling people's passports. And this is one of those things that can ruin your life in real time. There are people that have went on vacation, landed in another country, got off the plane, and then were told their passports were canceled. Not by them. They didn't report it. They didn't lose it. They were told it was marked as lost or stolen. Now, mind you, when you check into the airport in the United States, they're letting you check in. They're letting you get on these international flights. Everything is fine. Mind you, when you land in another country, they're saying that it's an alert on your passport. Now, if you go down the rabbit hole of passport not lost or stolen TikTok, you will see that there are numerous people saying this. So why are people's passports being reported stolen? Now, you got to ask yourself, why are they randomly canceling people's passports? Now, you got to remember this. A lot of people said that they wanted to leave the United States because of things that's going on. They are willing to move out of the United States where they were born and raised because all of these things are going on. I need you to keep that in mind. And now, randomly, they're canceling people's passports.
Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. In case you're new here, my name is Maren and I'm Maureen. So in today's episode, we're going to be bringing you 3
and they said they have no idea what I'm talking about. They've never heard of this situation before, and they tell me to go to another department. So I called the National Passport Information Center, and in their system, it's not marked as lost. There's no problem with my passports from the National Passport Information Center. They told me that different departments handle the application of your passport, and there's a completely different department that handles whether or not it's lost or stolen. So hours on the phone later, with the only 2 departments of government that are responsible for this, I have no information as to what happened, except I'm told to send a physical letter through snail mail to a random government PO box, and maybe they'll know what's happening with me. I spoke to the airlines, I spoke to an immigration lawyer, and what I've realized is that getting on a flight obviously does not do a full check of your passport. Meaning that the only way I could have possibly known that my falsely flagged passport was flagged was to go through international immigration services in a different country. And they let me get on 24 hours of flights to be as far away from home as I possibly could be to find this out. If you're watching this, I sincerely hope you understand just how freaking dangerous that can actually be. To be totally clear, this was one of the most traumatizing things to happen in my and my girlfriend's lives. We are financially damaged. We are emotionally scarred. It was a horrible experience.
They have been deported from foreign countries and sent back to America because their passports have either been reported stolen or it has been voided. Remember, I made a video and I said, I believe, my theory, I have no proof, but I believe the Iron Curtain goes down after the World Cup. When the World Cup is over, that's when America will show its true face. It can't do that now because it needs all these people to come to America and we need their money. So it's either the World Cup this year or
the point there. I think he has a point there, y'all. This World Cup is coming up in June. If I was you, I would be trying to get up out of here before then. Just saying. Like I said, where you gonna go? What you gonna do? I cannot lead you in that. You got to go to Yahuwah about that. They want people to come here for the World Cup. You know, people flying in and stuff like that. But after that, I think things are going to get very, very bad. So make your plans now and stop playing around. Because things are changing very, very quickly. And pretty soon, probation is going to close and it's going to be too late. All right? That wall he's talking about, that's to keep you in. That is to keep you in. So just think about that. Pray about it. All right? But just understand, this is where we are. And things are changing rapidly. Rapidly. And it's not a game. All right? Let's finish this up.
Next year, but one of the two, the Iron Curtain is coming down. And once it comes down, you will find out that wall in Mexico was never to stop the Mexicans from coming in. It was always to stop Americans from leaving. Don't forget, up to 5 Americans so far, 5 different Americans have gone to request asylum only to get arrested by the Canadian police and sent back to America. So if you go to Canada thinking, oh, everything is scary here, I'm gonna run to Canada. Nope, Canadians will arrest you and send you the fuck back. Y'all don't understand what's going on. This is the time for second passport. Black people, actually, there's no war in Boston. Say black people, don't worry about it. Black man, go do you. Go get those jeans. Go figure out which girl's gonna be your baby mama. Black girls, don't worry about it. Black man ain't shit. Go get you a white man, pasta lobster. Get that vacation. Everything is all copacetic, baby.
So I got tagged this morning on a video where somebody experienced the same thing a week apart in Thailand. And so now I'm not thinking it's so cutesy funny anymore. Now I'm thinking that there must be something going on. And so I'm going to go ahead and explain the different details of my situation. And I'm curious to know if there are a lot of overlaps with people who are experiencing a similar thing right now. So as of right now, I've only seen one other video talking about this. I'm sure there's more, but welcome to Passport Not Lost or Stolen side of TikTok. And so everything was normal. I was able to leave JFK with not a problem in the world. I land in Rome. They tell me that there's an Interpol alert on my passport. They say that it was reported lost or stolen. Now, I'm a frequent traveler. I showed them other proof of my identity. I had my passport card. I had my license. I showed them literally everything I had. My birth certificate, like, I keep that on me. So I end up being able to go through customs, but I need to go to the embassy to get a new passport. So I am grateful that I'm able to go to the embassy to get this passport. As promised, I go to the embassy first thing Monday morning to deal with the situation, and they're able to tell me that in their system, somebody reported my passport as lost or stolen on an MTA bus back in November. Now that person
already said this. I've already said this, and I'm going to tell you again. I cannot tell you where you need to go. That's something you need to go to Yahuwah about. Because you have to understand in the continent, you have a lot of things that are going to be happening out there too, simply because of, the oils and the white people and the colonizers, they got their eyes on the continent. So I cannot tell you where to go. All right. I can't. That's not my job. My job is to tell you to prepare. You have to go to Yahuwah and ask him. All right. I can only do what's for my household and what's for me. You got to make your own preparations. You got to do your own research. It's not for anybody to tell you how you need to flee, what plans you need to make, whether you need to stay here, whether you need to go to the continent, whether you need to go to the third world countries, whether you need to go to Europe, whether you need to go to, Guatemala, wherever. I don't know. That's something you're going to have to pray about. You know what I'm saying? I'm just showing you what's going on. All right. But everybody got to make their own decisions. We're all grown. I'm saying I got to make my own. You got to make your own. I'm just letting you know what's going on so you can make the proper preparations. All right. Let's finish it up.
Not me. I made it very clear to the person, I don't take the MTA bus. However, I'm also a frequent traveler. Why would I have reported and decided to go on a trip a month later? It was not adding up. And so she believed my story. I ended up having to swear this entire thing under oath because that is something you do at the embassy. And I was charged $165 and sent.
And look, I was just saying that to you, like, just so you can understand. Like, I'm not trying to be, disrespectful to you. I'm just saying I don't want you guys to become so dependent on me where you're not going to Yahuwah. Like, I want you to go to Yahusha. I want you to go to Yahuwah. I go to him about everything. And I want you guys to do the same. You know what I'm saying? And like, Yahuwah forbid, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not able to come on here as much or whatever the case, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to still be able to do things, for yourself and for your household, for your family and all of that. My advice is one thing. Make sure everybody in your house got a passport. You got children, get them one. If I were to give any advice, that's my advice. Get one. Yeah, it's going to cost you some money. You're going to pay some good amount of money to do it, to get your whole family with passports. But that's probably one of the best things you can do right now. If I were to give any sound advice. So, yeah, the Most High says he's going to gather us. And I am not at all coming against that. All right? I'm not coming against that. He will. But here's the thing, though. What if it gets dangerous where you're at? You're going to stay and wait on the Most High? I mean, if he's putting an urgency on you, you need to flee. You need to do it. Yeah, we will be regathered. But some places will be struck harder than other places. And some people, it won't be safe for them to be there no more. I mean, they're already going into the hood. They're already going into Chicago. But if you want to wait, that's on you. Like I said, that's up to you, bro. I mean, like I said, he will regather us no matter where we flee to for the second Exodus. That's written. So even if you go to the continent, I mean, he said he's going to regather us from the continent. So, I mean, it don't really matter where you go. Just make sure you're ready to if you must. And you feel like you good and you straight, you all right, you got water, you got food, and that's another thing somebody mentioned in the chat. You get some food, get some water, get some canned goods, start stocking up now. I've been telling you guys that for a while. Prepare. I know food is expensive, but you're gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do. If you feel like you're good where you at and you feel like you can hold it down, the Most High hasn't revealed nothing to you yet. Pray about it, wait on him. And if he don't tell you nothing, then you got to just wait until he gives you direction. But if you feel like you're good where you at, you know what I'm saying, then hey, all praises. Like, all right. So we're going to finish up this video and I'm going to jump off. All right, y'all?
My emergency passport. Although the embassy was great, it was not really an opportunity that I could just prompt them with a whole bunch of questions. I asked them, they said they didn't know. They said that they didn't have access to certain information, but on their system, they could see that it was reported online in November by I'm assuming somebody else, because it was not me. I asked if there was a way that the system cross-references information. The woman did not know. And ultimately, I was left unsure if this was just an accident or if this was somebody trying to steal my identity. And so ironically, on my way home, I have my emergency passport, and guess what? I get stopped by the JFK police there. And so I have to explain to them what happened. They look it up in the system. They can confirm that that's what the embassy had documented, and I'm good to go on my way. My first full day back is Friday. I start my day off going through all of the paperwork for what I have to do, because now I need to fill out paperwork for a new passport. I have to pay $60 to expedite it. I have to pay $30 for a passport card, and now I have to pay $12 to ship that all out. So I go ahead and get that done, and then I start unraveling the mystery of who could have possibly reported this and why. So I call the passport agency and I'm like, hey, this was reported by somebody, not me. So what can we do about this? Who reported it? And they essentially tell me that once the passport leaves their hands, that it's out of their hands, that they're not responsible for that, and they don't have the information that I'm looking for. So at this point, who has the information that I'm looking for? I'm at a loss. I did reach out to my House representative and I called them to confirm. I said, is this even the right tree to be barking up right now? And they said, yes, that they are able to advocate on my behalf. However, it's unlikely that I will get a refund, which is truly nonsense, because at this point I'm paying $300 for the state not even confirming that I was me. And that.
Okay. Once again, something's a little fishy. Something's a little off. Okay. I need to start a something's a little off series. Why are tons of people, and when I say tons, over a dozen, are coming out and saying that as they're traveling, their United States American passport now is reported flagged for being canceled?
All right. So we'll stop there. Just wanted to let you know that that is what's going on. And just make your preparations, bro. You know what I mean? Now, Layal says, shout out to Layal, the mod, she said it's mostly affecting white people. I haven't seen one black person come out. Most black people I've seen talk about this are talking about what these white people are talking about. So, you know, that could be what it is. Which would make sense if we're looking at it biblically. You know what? I'm going to pull up this video here of that Exodus dream. I want to show you that again. Because he mentioned something about these nations wanting to come with us and the Most High not letting them. Let me see something. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, it's on my desktop. Give me a second, fam. Gotcha. I'm going to play this video of this Exodus dream that this black man, this Yahudi, he had a dream. And I've played it so many times, bro. And it's crazy because when I saw it, I went to the scriptures and I found everything he was describing about this place we're going, which is the beautiful place. And I talked about the beautiful place. I did a video on the beautiful place, this wilderness we're going to with these like sweet, fragrant trees. You know what I'm saying? All praises to the Most High. So he's taking us to a special place. So I'm going to go ahead and play that real quickly here. But yeah, I mean, it could be the Most High. Like, he's like, nah, y'all getting y'all judgment. Y'all ain't getting away from this. But I have not come out and seen any Negro say this story, so it could just be them being affected. Barak Yahuwah. So don't let it scare you or deter you from what I'm telling you, but definitely get that work done. All right. Somebody said, can I leave the link? Leave the link for what, Ak? I'm not sure what you mean. Leave the link for what? For this video that I just showed you? Yeah, you got to specify, brother. All right, let me show y'all this Exodus dream real quick. As I said, I saw this, bro, and immediately I went to the scriptures, bro, and everything he said, bro, was confirmed through the word. I'm like, this is a prophet. I don't say that about everybody, bro, and y'all know I don't. I'm very, very skeptical. And the thing is, he don't call himself a prophet. There's always, you know what I'm saying? It's like when I look at people who call themselves prophets versus people who don't call themselves prophets but get things right. And I'm just like, it's always the humble that the truth shines through. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't like being, even though I've come to accept that I am prophetic, but I don't call myself a prophet. I don't do that. I just don't, yeah. Anyway, it's too much responsibility that comes with that. And if you wrong about something, you'll never hear the end of it. So let me go ahead and show you guys this Exodus dream that this Yahudi had in regards to how it's all going to go down. All right. Barak Yahuwah. I think it is so beautiful how it's described. So let me pull that up here. All right, here we go, fam.
They were pretty much casting a vote to whether black people should stay in this country or not. If it was 2020 or 2019, I just remember seeing 2000, and it wasn't that far off from today's date, and this is June the 18th, 2019.
Okay, so in 2019, he had this dream. All right. Now, I asked how many of you guys woke up in 2019. I was one of those Negroes. Okay, I was one of them. Shout out to everybody who woke up in 2019. And if you woke up before that or any time after that, all praise to the Most High. You woke up. Many of us woke up in 2019, including myself, right after that, like 400-year, you know what I'm saying, prophecy. All right. So he had this vision by the Most High, you know what I'm saying, in June of 2019. I woke up in October of 2019. So a few months after he had this dream. All right. So let's keep watching.
So it wasn't that far off. They were casting a vote, and one of this white lady, and you could tell she was an evil old heifer. She was an evil old heifer. She says that America and the world would be a better place if they just put all these black people back in Africa where they got them from. And she basically said, we got our use out of them. We don't need them no more. There was a handful out of all of the white people in America and across the world, maybe 1, maybe 2% of all of them. They was like, that's crazy. If they gone, we don't have, like, nothing's worth nothing. Because they knew that we were the salt of the earth. We make everything safer. So the white man that was with her, he was like, well, I'm going to make sure it happened. Well, what happened is it was a worldwide thing that everyone who had melanin in their skin, how could I put it? They had this device where you walk through it and it could tell you how much melanin you had in your skin or if you had any in you at all. And they said you couldn't have any curl to your hair in order to stay. You just had to be like paint pretty much. So what was happening is a lot of those Europeans that didn't want us to go, they was trying to go with us, but the government wouldn't let them go with us. And the ones that was really trying to go with us and that was ridiculing them, they were being shot like in front of a firing squad. So we leave. This is worldwide.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, we'll go back to the brother. We'll go back to the op. But look, you hear what he said. Those who are trying to go with us, they're not going to let them. And they would be shot. Maybe this is why they're experiencing what they're experiencing right now with the passports. So yeah, I absolutely do not believe you can bring these strange women with you, these strange children with you. You're going to have to let all them folk go, bro. If you with them other nations, bro, let them people go. I'm serious. Yeah, exactly. Barak Yahuwah, Ak. Barak Yahuwah, big Ak. That interracial relationships, they going to have to go. Interracial marriage got to go. Them bastard children got to go. That heathen woman, heathen man got to go. I mean, unless you want them to end up with a bang bang in their head. I mean, okay, fine. Them folk got to go. Now, it says in Isaiah 14, when we go back in the land, the strangers shall be added with them. I think by that time, the Most High, he going to reveal to us the strangers we can trust. And I'm talking about the other Adamic nations. He going to reveal who we can trust, who is going to come with us. But I believe when we go in the wilderness, this is just going to be for Yasharal. Maybe there'll be some strangers. I don't know. We shall see. But it's going to be us, bro. But let's keep going. Let's let him finish up and see what else he got to say. Barack Yahuwah, please hit the like, fam. I appreciate you.
China everywhere. So now they getting what they asked for. Now we're all the armies got together and they had made, I guess, some kind of treaty to where the ships and stuff that we were on wouldn't be damaged. So I'm standing in this place and I see all my beautiful Hebrew Israelite people. And I see us and I'm looking around and it's just so many different shades of black, what they call black. And it was so beautiful. But then, since we were all gathered together, I just remember hearing this. It sounded like a shofar, but it was probably 10,000 times louder. And it went like that. It was just, and when it blew, the earth began to shake. And we looked up in the sky, and I seen those colors. We're in this dream again.
Sorry, I don't know what happened with the video here. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so let me just I'm gonna bring it back, but let me just kind of like break down what he said. So white people were basically saying that they were deciding whether they still want us here, right? And so they developed some type of technology, according to what he said in his dream, that could see how much melanin you had in your skin. And if you were like me, or like any of our black, beautiful people, they're gonna want you out. So we're forced to leave. And when white people try to come with us, they got shot. They wouldn't let the white people come with us. Then he said he saw us all gathered together. There were like some ships. And he said he saw a bunch of melanin, all that brown and chocolate and light brown and mocha brown and peanut butter brown, caramel brown. You feel what I'm saying? Peanut butter brown. You feel me? All that beautiful melanin, our brothers and sisters gathered together from every place. That's so beautiful. Can you imagine how many Negroes it's going to be? Man, so many Negroes, bro. I can only imagine, bro. All of these need melanin everywhere. It's gonna be like melanin honeyland, bro. It's just like melanin. It's like melanin. It's like melanin city, bro. It's Israelite melanin just everywhere. I'm seeing black. You feel what I'm saying? All praises, bro. It's just a sea of melanin, bro. It's like, bro, we are gonna be a sea of melanin. You feel what I'm saying? Negroes only, a sea of melanin, man. At that regathering, bro, it'll be a sea of Israelites, a sea of melanin, man, a sea of melanin. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah. Okay, fam, let's get back to it. All praises. I'm just imagining in my mind how beautiful that's going to be. Let's keep going.
It was beautiful. And I just remember seeing the sky folding back, like the clouds folding back. And I just remember these huge angels just came flying out of nowhere, because what happened is, in this treaty that they signed, what they was going to do was wait until we all got in the water out to sea, and they was getting ready to bomb us on these ships because they were sending us home. The Most High sent these angels, and these angels was protecting us, and they were mad. And so when we get to where we going, soon as the first people's feet hit the sand of Akabulan, soon as their feet hit the ground, I mean, when I say total, utter chaos. It was missiles flying over our heads, but it was like we were under this protective dome like the firmament. And they couldn't, because we was all gathered in one place.
All right, family. He said as soon as our feet touched Africa, Alkebulan, bombs just start going off up on all of them. That's insane. Wow. It would be nice to see more Wilderness Second Exodus teaching. Sis, I've already done so many videos on that. I've already done so many videos on that. You know what I'm saying? It would be senseless to keep redoing the videos. And I actually did an updated one, which was the one that I did about the beautiful place. So you would have to go back and rewatch it if you want to see that video. But I've already done so many. I did the first Exodus video. I did like 4 different Exodus videos. Like I did the original 2. Then I redid those with the Septuagint. Then I redid the one with the beautiful place. So I've done like so many, you know what I'm saying, videos like explaining it. So I don't even think I could honestly turn that into a series. Is that what you're saying? Because we've kind of already gone through the second Exodus in full. We went through the scriptures. We went through the covenant. We went through what it's going to look like. We've gone through that tons and tons of times. So, yeah. But anyhow, so he's mentioning that we went to Africa. And as you keep listening, he's going to describe what it looks like, this place we're going. And he said that no heathens have been here. Let's keep watching.
I don't know where it was. This land that we went to, no human had ever set foot there. This wasn't none of the continents that we know of. It's nowhere where the heathens have been. All I know is when we got there, I could smell honeysuckle and all these flowers in the air. You could smell frankincense. You could smell myrrh in the air, cedar, wood. It was all kind of animals everywhere. And it was lions and like tigers and leopards and panthers, and it was animals we had never seen before that these white people say are extinct, and they're not. But we were walking past these animals and they were like house cats. They were like house cats. It was amazing. So we were thirsty. When we would stick our hand in the water was warm. But when we would bring it up to drink, it would be cool when we would drink it down, and it was sweet. And soon as we got to this land where we were going, all of a sudden, that's when I seen the missile. It was like these countries was fighting against each other. They was fighting. And one of the guys from America, he says, we should have let them effing niggers go. We should have just kept them here and we would be safe, because he knew the reason why America hadn't been bombed by these other countries is because the children of the Most High was here. So it was one of those like surreal moments to where all of the people, the ones that believed already knew that was in the truth, we were happy. The other ones, they wasn't happy. They was happy being under the foot and thumb of these Europeans and these Gentile nations. And
what? Hold on. Wait. Didn't I say the other day that these FBA Negroes and their pro-patriotism are the rebels that the scripture talks about in Ezekiel with the purging out? Did I not say that? This brother just confirmed what I said, and I've seen this video so many times, bro, but I forgot that he said that, and it's just proving and confirming what I have been saying. People who will not want to step away from under the foot of these freaking white people. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to tell you to separate from these people, bro. What Yahuwah, listen to me, Yasharal. What Yahuwah has for us is not for them. Listen to me. Let me say it again. What Yahuwah has for us is not for them. Y'all need to let go, bro. Y'all need to let go of these people. I'm serious. Today is your day. Today is the day under the sound of my voice. Stop being friends with these people. Stop hanging around with them because they can do the nay-nay. Stop letting them watch your kids. Stop calling them Ak and Akuth. I mean, I feel like if anything, the work that I've done on this channel has helped you understand why you need to stay away. I mean, have I not proven that by now? I hope I have. For some, I'm hoping I've opened some people's eyes to this, like, so you can understand why, like, why it's dangerous to do that. Why Yahuwah doesn't want us around them. And that's why I have such an issue with house Negroes. I have such an issue with house Negroes because they have always been part of the problem. They have always been part of the problem, family. Let me show you something. We'll make it scriptural here. Let me pull this up here. I got a visual I want to show you guys to kind of make this just a little bit more plain for you. All right. I have been trying to show you guys that house Negroes and those who want to be step in step with our enemies scripturally have always been a problem. They have always been a problem. And, you know, knowing scripture, I understand that. And we must understand that. There's some of them who want to be in proximity to whiteness no matter what. There's this girl I saw on Twitter, black woman, and I know she's definitely tap dancing for them folk to get a check. She got to be saying the stuff she's saying. But I saw her on there calling our people N-words. And you know, she's in those circles of those conservatives. So I guess she's trying to be the next Candace Owens. But to see that is just disgusting. The level that our people will go to disrespect our own, to be accepted by these people, to be liked by them, I cannot understand it at all. I just cannot. Yahuwah, every time he mentions himself, he refers to himself as Yahuwah, the Eluah of Yasharal. Several times, man. Only one time in the so-called renewed covenant does he say, I'm the Eluah of the Gentiles. That doesn't even make any sense, bro. All throughout the scriptures, Yahuwah says, I am the Eluah of Yasharal. I am the God of Israel, so to speak. I hate that word, but y'all know. He says that over and over and over again, bro. So why can't we just believe what he says? We know the heathens have added leaven to the scriptures, changed the scriptures, changed the grafting in, changed the meaning to confuse people, to try to take your inheritance. Like, I mean, what do you think Christianity is? Christianity is created by Esau, so he can try to take your birthright. That's what this all comes down to. They all mad about the freaking birthright. And it's typically the Caucasian who never stays in their place. I mean, look who you're dealing with, family. Look who you are dealing with. I said, look who you are dealing with. They are still mad about the birthright, period. And that's what has to be understood. So look, at this visual here. So the question is, are you a rebel or are you part of the authority? In biblical times, when we talked about house Negroes always being the problem, you can look no further than the scriptures, right? You had the authority, all right? That would be the Roman Catholic Church, or the Romans at the time during Yahusha's days when he was walking the earth. So Judea was under Roman occupation, right? And you had the Sadducees and the Pharisees, two house Negroes, okay? They did the bidding for the Roman Catholic Church. These raccoons loved the Roman authority, all right? They wanted to be in agreement, okay? If this was going on right now, which it actually is, that white man, Tucker Carlson, that other white man that were congratulating FBA, Rome congratulated the Sadducees and the Pharisees. They did their work. These were house niggas, okay? Yahusha did not like them, all right? Now, Are you part of the house niggas? Or are you part of the rebellion? I'm part of the rebellion. I'm the rebel. So the enemy doesn't like me. The enemy does not reshare my videos. The enemy runs away from my channel and cries about the stuff that I be saying. The enemy is so afraid of me, they seek to get me removed from certain platforms because they can't fight the truth. They can't destroy the truth. They can't dismantle the truth. They can't break the truth down. They can't run from the truth. Oh, the truth is a weapon. See, I didn't even lay no hands, bro. I didn't even lay no hands. I'm just bringing out these receipts. So the children of Lucifer run from them, right? So I'm a rebel. So that means I'm not liked by motherland of my captivity. The people who love this nation hate me. Now, I'm not exactly a zealot, because if I was, I would just be all like, yo, let's go. Get an army of people and just be like, yo, right? I'm not insinuating that, but I'm just saying hypothetically if I were like that, right? But I'm somewhat a separatist, but I'm still living in Babylon, so I couldn't say I fall under that. But I'm definitely a Nazarene. I don't want to pay tribute to the system. I don't want to bow down to the system. I'm a follower of Yahusha. So therefore, I'm not in agreement with the system. I don't love the system. The law that I live, that he taught, is against the system. Not in agreement with the system. That's why I don't give a damn about the pagan holidays. I don't give a damn about celebrating my birthday. I don't give a damn about nothing Babylon's offering. I don't care. I'm a rebel to the system. Are you a rebel? Are you a Nazarene? Or are you a house Negro? Which are you? Because FBA, y'all are these. This is how y'all is acting. And I'm saying this because I want you to see the bigger picture. We were called to be Nazarene and followers of Yahushua HaMashiach. And Yahushua HaMashiach was not in agreement with the Romans that were ruling over them. He was not in agreement with the oppressor. And because he wasn't in agreement with the oppressor, they saw him as a threat. So what? They put words in his mouth. They were trying to catch him slipping. They got his own people to betray him and root for his execution. Meanwhile, free that nigga over there, the one that's a murderer. Free the murderer. Just like our people, bro. We you know what I'm saying? We got one of our own commits a crime. And listen, I know black men get locked up all the time for things they ain't do. I know what it is. I know how the system works, all right? But when it is our brothers who actually did do something and there's evidence of it, there was witnesses, they was caught on camera, they done did the evidence, they done got the files, right? They done hit you with a RICO. They hit you with a RICO, bro. They got evidence on you, cuz. They got work on you. You feel me? So if they hit you with a RICO and our people is all like, yo, free that nigga, free him, free that man, free that man. Even if it involved murder of another black person, another Yahudi, another one of our brothers, because you know how the gangs is, you feel me? Turf, territory, you know how it is. That's just how it is, unfortunately, man. Curses of Deuteronomy 28. But look, he get hit with a RICO because he got caught, right? We will scream to free that man, right? But then when it's somebody that's not so in the streets like that, and you know what I'm saying, ain't really on that kind of tip, we don't really give a damn about that, right? But when it's somebody who definitely is guilty, we root for them. Well, our people did that with Yahusha. He ain't do nothing wrong. But somehow these heathens, these house niggas right here, the Pharisees, because it says that they stirred the people up. So that means there was house nigga influence. For our people to turn their back on the king, there was Sadducee, Pharisee, house nigga influence that caused our people to betray the one who was leading the revolt against the system. Malcolm X said once, I'm paraphrasing, but he said something along the lines of, the system is so corrupt that they'll have you hating the person who's trying to overcome and loving the person who's oppressing. Something along that. Let me see if I can find the exact quote. I don't want to misquote Brother Malcolm X. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find the exact quote, because that describes it perfectly. Perfectly, bro. Hold on, gang. The oppressor. Well, I don't remember. I was paraphrasing it. Some of y'all know that quote exactly. I'm about to pull it up. Give me a second. I gotta have that, because that perfectly identifies what I'm saying. Here we go. The newspapers. Okay, I was way off point. All right, my bad. I did not mean to misquote Brother Malcolm X. All right. Look, I know some people like, well, he's Muslim. Yeah, he was, but shoot, he definitely wasn't no Freemason, though. He definitely wasn't on the white man's dollar, though. Just saying. All right. Now, let's look at this real quick, fam. Real quick. Just for a little bit of a extra witness to something. All right. So this is what Brother Malcolm X says. Yeah. Let's check it out. So he says, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing. And this goes back to what I was saying about separating from them. But with that said, let's get back to the rest of this video. I just wanted to bring that up real quick. All right. Somebody said, is FBA COINTELPRO? Absolutely. 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 Look no further. Here, look, I'll show you again. Absolutely. 100%. There's not a doubt in my mind. It's what they're connected to. It's these organizations. It is these Republican organizations that they are connected to. All right. The Tanton Group. This is John Tanton. He's no longer living, but he funded these different organizations connected to the Federation for American Immigration Reform, or FAIR for short. And what this is several different even political organizations from the right wing that tie to this. So it started out with Blacks for Equal Rights Coalition, then Choose Black America, Black American Leadership Alliance, Progressives for Immigration Reform, then ADOS, then FBA. So there's Republicans, white Republicans behind this. And like I said, the reason why these white people are getting Tariq Nasheed and a lot of these people to push this anti-immigration rhetoric is because their fear of their low birth rates. So they are doing the literal bidding of sour cream supremacy. Even when though the Most High said he's going to bring these nations against them. So it's working against the will of the Most High to do that. I'm just saying, you pushing anti-immigration rhetoric, it don't affect me. It shouldn't affect you. These Somalians ain't got nothing to do with none of our people, bro. For real. What does Somalians living here got to do with me, bro? I don't even see them barely. At least not where I'm at. Our people are all involved with something that ain't got nothing to do with us for the children of Lucifer, bro. That's crazy. That's absolutely insane. But anywho, let's get back to this dream video.
We're looking in awe because they were like, they didn't know what was going on. And then it was just utter chaos. So here's the last dream, and I'm going to let y'all go. My daughter and I had the same dream about the same thing. So in my dream, this was last week, I had a dream that it was me and my cousin Bimmy. He's into the truth. He knows what's going on and stuff, and my uncle does too, but he has some issues that he need to work out real quick, as all of us do. So what happened in this dream is we were over my Aunt Dale's house and we were barbecuing. So my little cousin Bimmy was here from California for some reason, and we were barbecuing. So we were in the backyard. I'm on our back deck, me and Bimmy, and we had our Bibles, our Sefer Bible.
Somebody said, do I have the link? I do not have the link to this. It was on TikTok, and I just downloaded it, but I don't have the link though. Unfortunately, this is just something I had downloaded. I saved it here on my PC to share it. But yeah, I do not have the link for it though.
Bibles out, and we were like just talking about scripture and just having a good time in the Most High. Yeah. So we were sitting there, and then we stood up to the grill, and then I'm turning the food, and all of a sudden we heard this knock, but we felt this knock too. It was like this knock. And in the dream, I could see it was this huge angel. He was humongous. And he had on war attire like he was great go tear up some stuff. So he knocks on the door. When he knocks on the door, it shakes the very foundation of Aunt Dale's house. So me and Bimmy kind of look at each other like, what? What is that? So in the dream, I could see around to the front door. He knocks on the front door. My Aunt Chiba, she opens the door. And she was like, what you want? Like that, pretty much. And he was like, y'all ready to go? And she said, we don't know you. We ain't going nowhere with you. And my Aunt Lena was like, yep, ain't going nowhere. We staying right here. So my Aunt Chick and my Aunt Jean looks and she says, I know who he is. And she just had this smile on her face. So then my uncle was like, I know who he is too. But he was high and drunk. So he started wiping the sweat off his face, and he was like, I'm going. So the angel kind of looked at him like, what? And then he just...
Bro, I'm sorry. I always say this every time I play the video. Can y'all imagine that his uncle came up to an angel high and drunk, and he was like, hey, yo, what's good with it, fam? Yeah, I'm going with y'all, man. I'm going with y'all. And then the angel over here giving him the side eye. Bro, can y'all imagine that, cuz? That's hilarious, bro. That is freaking hilarious, cuz. Like one of y'all who was Kadash messengers, bro, giving you the side eye, bro. Can you imagine that, bro? That is hilarious, bro. That is freaking hilarious. Bro, that is hilarious, family. That is actually hilarious. Like one of y'all who is Kadash messengers just gave you the side eye, bro, because you drunk, nigga. Like, what's going on? Like, I'm just imagine, like, if this angel comes and presents himself, he's melanated, he's Negroid looking, he's in the image of Yahuwah, and he giving you a side eye like this, nigga. You know what I'm Hold on, wait. I got a meme for that. Y'all. Hold on. Let me show y'all this. This is hilarious. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Bro, so this melanated Malak pulls up. His uncle is drunk. And he like, hey, I'm going with y'all. And then this angel gives him the side eye, and he's all like, this nigga. Oh man, bro, Rocket. Oh man, I needed that laugh, y'all, bro. That was, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bro. Crazy work. All right, we're gonna finish up the video, and then I think I'm gonna close out. All right, fam. All right, here we go.
Again, y'all ready to go. And nobody in the house was ready to go. So Uncle Sonny was trying to go. He kept saying, I'm ready. My uncle kept saying, I'm ready to go. And when he kept saying that, the angel wouldn't even look at him. So he tried to come out the front door, my Aunt Dale's front door, and the angel had shut the door. It was just standing there in front of the house on the little walkway up to her front door. He was just standing there. But he had fixed it to where where my uncle couldn't get the door open. So I said, Bimmy, let's go around the front and see what's going on. So Bimmy says, okay, cool. So we go around there, and he looks at me and Bimmy, and he has his smile on his face. And he said, y'all ready? We was like, yep. I looked at this angel. I said, I hate it here. I've always hated it here, even as a kid. I said, I'm ready to go. I don't ever want to see this place again. So he grabs me and Bimmy's hand, and he said, hold on real tight.
Wow. Anybody feeling did anybody feel that when he said that? Give me a one if you felt that when he said that. I felt that, y'all. I felt that. Banafashi. Banafashi, fam. Banafashi, masfaka. I felt that in my soul. I felt that so strongly when he said that. And we all, I mean, at least most of us in here, we all feel that way. Do you see how his Ruach is moving through us? We all feel this. We all do. He is moving us, but our people who are distracted, who are caught up in the pleasures of the great whore, they don't understand it. They have been brainwashed not to feel the Ruach Yahuwah, family. It's deep. It's deep. It really is. Like, they have been brainwashed to reject how they feel. And the truth of the matter is, they feel the pain of this economy. They see the racial antagonism. They see the hatred of the nations. They see this new world order being built right in front of them. But they have been conditioned to ignore the signs of the times. Yahusha, he rebuked our people for not recognizing the signs of the times. And our people need to be careful about that. Because you don't want to harden your heart and become like the Pharaoh. You don't want to become like Trump, who's hardened his heart against us. He's all out there with it now. And he's stirring up his people. Lucifer is using Trump and stirring up his children against us. And when you harden your heart against the Most High, he's going to show you. That's the worst thing you can do. Our people are telling themselves, gaslighting themselves, lying to themselves, seeing the fall of Babylon, seeing prophecy being fulfilled right before their very eyes, y'all, and still rejecting what Yahuwah is showing them. And this is why they keep dangling that reparations over your head. Most of the people I see that are FBA, they're doing it for reparations. That's really the motivation. Prosperity in captivity. And the problem with that is that, I mean, you will continue to work against your own people and your own self-interest. It's like you're like a hamster in a wheel. You're just running in a circle, a circular motion over and over and over and over again in the back of your mind, thinking that you're going to get reparations from these people and you're going to be able to prosper here. That is a lie that Satan has implanted in our people's minds. That you're going to prosper in captivity. I literally see black people saying, "Get the F out my country," to other people, other black people. Our forefathers, like I was having a conversation with my mother the other day, and I was just asking her, like, "Ma, do you think America's Babylon?" And she said, "Yexer, I don't see it that way." I was like, "What do you mean?" She's like, "Well, I have my issues with it, but I don't see it as Babylon." And I was like, "Mom, but we were slaves." I mean, I wasn't a slave, but we're descendants of slaves. And we came from the South. And our great relatives worked the fields even after slavery was abolished. This country's been evil to us. And she's like, "Yes, son." She's like, "It has. But I still have to live my life." So my mom, she knows the evil of this country and she doesn't deny it at all. But she's just kind of gotten to a place where she understands and accepts that they'll never love us. They will always hate us. And she's come to a place where she's just kind of comfortable with that. And that's why I don't try to force too much on her because I understand she's elderly and she's in that place where she's just kind of come to terms with things. But this is why I want her to wake up soon. And I pray Yahuwah will continue to pour out his Ruach on her, because everything he has for her included is just beautiful. All of our family, you know what I'm saying? All of the Yahudim in my family, like, you know what I'm saying? Yahuwah has so much planned for us. And I try to encourage that to her, like in a way she can understand, because she's a Christian, like, you know, the kingdom, and, you know, he'll wipe every tear from our eye and all of those things. I try to incorporate that into the Israelite truth, and that really being our promise that he gave to us, that he made with us, that he promised and he swore to our forefathers. You know what I'm saying? So Barak Yahuwah, the work is being done, but we have to decolonize our minds, y'all. We have to. We must. It is the only way to be in alignment with the prophecy of deliverance that he has planned for us. What man can give me is nothing to the effect of what Yahuwah can give me. He said we will dwell safely. What good is being here if there's still going to be Europeans claiming it's their land, racially antagonizing you? They're telling you it's white man's country. They got the military on their side. They got ICE on their side. Do you really think you're going to win against them, Negroes? Yeah, I know we armed. I know we got the pew-pews. We you know what I'm saying? We got that. I get that. But when you got the military and AI against you, you have the fallen angel technology against you. What the hell you gonna do, bro? What you gonna do for real? Yeah, you could have an AR-15. Keep it loaded. Keep it locked. I ain't mad at that, bro. You feel me? All praises. But look, what are you gonna do against the tech that they got there? Do you know that they really have technology called Lavender, where they were literally targeting Palestinians based off their ethnicity? Did you know that? So when this brother's talking about melanin, a device that's able to detect how much melanin you have, it makes total sense. The fake state of 1948 was a testing ground. Those are darker skinned people. You think that that's not going to be used against you? Because it's the pasties, the Revelation of 2939s that are using that technology against those Palestinians. And they got melanin in their skin. How you think it's going to affect Negroes in America? Because where we going ain't no heathens been to. Where we going, we are safe. Where he has taken us to, the heathens cannot get to. The only safe place is in the perfect will of Yahuwah. The safest place is in his arms. The safest place is in his presence. No matter where you are. In Africa, India, the islands, Europe. The safest place is with Yahuwah. And that's where I want to be. I don't know about you, but that's where I want to be. And I'm going to go through the scriptures and I'm going to make sure I'm aligned with that. If you don't want to do that, that's on you. But you were warned and you will be held accountable. All right, let's finish up this video, fam.
He just shot up way high. And we were still in the firmament. But I could see the entire earthly plane. And they've been lying to y'all. The earth ain't no ball. It was just flat. It's huge. It's vast. It's places that these occidentalized caucasoids have never been. But they want you to think they've been everywhere. So what's going on is, he pointed and he said, look. So we looked and we could see, I could see the everything. The United States, everything. But we could see the people. Small people, tiny. We could see what they was doing. So then we go down, and he gives Bimmy the end of his robe. And he said, hold on, baby. So we dropped down, probably about 5,000 feet. Everything's still tiny, but now we can actually see city. And he said, watch. And he pointed again. but he's talking to us without his mouth moving. The stuff I just said that me and my cousin Bimmy said, like we was ready to go, and I said I was tired of being here, I hated this place, I didn't even open my mouth. I was just thinking that because we were awestruck by the size of this angel. He was probably 15 feet high. So we looked, America was on fire. It was missiles flying everywhere. Everybody.
Wow. This angel was 15 feet high and had telepathic ability, meaning that he could think something and he didn't speak it with his mouth, but the angel understood him and the angel could speak to him without moving its mouth. Oh, wow. This is powerful. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Fam, are you excited? I'm excited, bro. I'm excited. Oh, I can't wait what Yahuwah got for us. And that's why I have to keep coming back on here, bro, and reminding y'all what he has for us, bro. It don't matter what the heathens say they got for you. It's about what he has for us. That is the core of the message this evening, family, is what Yahuwah has for us. What he has for us, they cannot take away, fam. They could take away your reparations and shut your account down and collapse the economy. But what he has, they cannot take away. If it comes from him, no one can take it away. Not even his chosen people. They wanted to take us out. They wanted to get rid of us and wipe us out completely. And we're still here right now after all we've been through because he did not allow them to. Though they wanted to. They purposed it in their heart. They wanted to, absolutely. And they tried. And they're still doing it today. Planned Parenthood. Prison industrial complex. Gang violence. Drugs. Ronald Reagan era. Fentanyl, prostitution, disease, all types of different ways. Massacres, lynchings. Do I need to go through the history?
He was firing on everybody, but all the black people were gone off of each continent. They were gone. I don't know where they were. All I know is that they weren't there. They were not there. I don't know. Once again, we go to this giant piece of land where nobody has ever been. I could smell the honeysuckle, flowers. The water was warm and sweet, cool when you drank it. I seen the lions and all these animals that is eating people. These ferocious animals, they weren't ferocious anymore. Like I seen a kid, a baby, playing with a lion, a male lion. The female lion was licking the little baby's hair. What it mean? Don't know. I'm gonna find out because I'm gonna dig into my Sefer and find out. So all these missiles is flying overhead, and me and Bimmy both, we could smell, in this dream, we could smell burning flesh. And it was like these places, all the black people have been taken. Whether they knew the truth, whether they was in the truth or not, they have been taken. And the Most High came and got them. So then, my daughter has a dream. She said me and her and Yanni, my other daughter, said that we were standing by this ambulance, this truck or something, this ambulance or fire truck or something. And she said it was missiles flying all over everybody's head. She starts crying. She looks at me. She said, "Daddy, are we gonna die here?" I said, "No, we ain't gonna die here." She said, and right when I said, "No, we ain't gonna die here," she said, "We was gone." I just wanted to share this dream with my YouTube family and let y'all know the Most High is definitely dealing with his people.
All praises. All praises to the Most High. I like what Eric Tinsley said. The best thing we can do is stay out of Esau's faces and places. I love that, Ak. I'm going to highlight that. That's so fire. And I totally agree with you. That is the best thing we can do is stay out of these people's face. Leave them alone. Let them be. Yes, they're going to continue to crash out. They're going to continue to rage. And it's written. It is written that this would happen because their time is coming to an end and they know it. Our rise is next. So focus on your own people. Focus on us. Stop asking me about other nations, damn it. Stop asking me about the heathen. All right. We need to focus on our own people, because our own people are what this is all about in these end times. These end times is about the restoration, regathering of Yasharal. That is it. That is all. It's about judgment of our enemies, return to our land in abundance, repentance, the return of Hamashiach, a righteous rulership with Yahusha over the nations. The wilderness experience, the healing of our bodies, our minds, our blood. Being trained in Torah when we go in the wilderness, learning the truth, learning how to keep the feast days to go back into the kingdom. He has so much prepared for us, and we have to just be ready for that. And being ready for that is waiting on him. Expecting him to lead you, expecting him to give you direction on where to go from here. But we darn sure shouldn't be so much in a place of our minds where we think that this place that we are in right now is where we're meant to be in the grand scheme of things, because it's not according to his purpose and will. And you want to throw your inheritance in the trash, that's on you. But I don't think you want to be here when his judgment comes. I don't think you want to be agreeing with these people when judgment comes. You love America so much, you're going to fight their wars? You're going to fight the white man's wars? All you FBAs, they want to recruit you to go fight China. You're going to do it? You're going to fight Russia? You're going to do it on behalf of the pale man in the White House? You're going to do it on behalf of the king of Edom? The hell I look like fighting some white man's wars? You crazy. Y'all niggas is crazy. You wilding out, bruh. You absolutely out of your mind. All right, well, y'all, that's it for me. Thank y'all. Well, we're about 3 hours in. Okay, that wasn't too bad. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I wanted to bring up before I go? I think that's it. All right. Oh, one more thing before I go. So everybody on Patreon, I'm going to be doing some extra stuff on there. I'm going to be working on a video about cloning, but it'll only be on pay. I'm going to be doing more exclusive stuff on there. You know what I'm saying? People said they, want to see more stuff. So I'm going to be doing more exclusive stuff. So I'm going to be working on a documentary about cloning that's going to be only on there. And we're also going to continue doing Everything is a Lie live on Patreon. So make sure you get a Rumble account for the uncensored Everything is a Lie. I can't do it here on YouTube because they keep on, copywriting things and stuff like that. On Rumble, I can do it freely, no copyright. So I'm going to be doing it next week. I'm going to be starting the Everything is a Lie next week on Wednesday. We're going to do it every Wednesday. And 8 o'clock every Wednesday, we're going to be doing Everything is a Lie on Patreon. So in order to get on, you have to be on Patreon. The link will only be available on Patreon. Just make sure that you make a Rumble account so you will be able to join in on the chat and everything. Okay. So we're going to be doing that. All right. That's it. Barak Yahuwah, Yahusha, remember, come out of Babylon. You know what I'm saying? It's a wrap for her. She can't be saved. She going to be destroyed. Her people going to be wiped out. There's really nothing that you can do but obey the Most High and come the hell up out of that hole. Shalom.
Hey, Yaxer.
Yeah. Lift your hands up higher one time. You know the devil is a liar 2 times. And you Osha the Messiah 3 times. And you Osha the Messiah 3 times. Lift your hands up higher one time. You know the devil is a liar 2 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. And Yahusha HaMashiach, he was raised in the ghetto. Yeah. And he came from the ghetto. Nazareth was the slums. He was straight from the ghetto. Pharisees see the serpent of the father, the devil. Yahusha take the wheel, put the gas to the pedal. Yeah, didn't ask to be the vessel. The heathens act friendly, see the mask of these devils. And Yahusha take the wheel, put the gas to the pedal. Lift your hands up higher one time. You know the devil is a liar 2 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. Lift your hands up higher one time. You know the devil is a liar 2 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. And Yahusha the Messiah 3 times. And Yahusha HaMashiach, he was raised in the ghetto. Yeah. And he came from the ghetto. Nazareth was the slums. He was straight from the ghetto. Pharisees see the serpent of the father, the devil. And Yahusha HaMashiach, he was raised in the ghetto. Yeah. And he came from the ghetto. Nazareth was the slums. He was straight from the ghetto. Pharisees see the serpent of the father, the devil.
Hey, youngster.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget you can support this channel by Cash App, $Malkaya Music. Also be sure to check out the Patreon for uncensored documentaries, films, deep dives, and much more content that you won't find here on YouTube. Check out the merch store for the latest trip. And let me not forget to say, if you haven't already, subscribe and hit that like button and tap in with us. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, the highest. Shalom.